It's doing the thing, it's doing the thing. And it's just completely unset my settings again. Set game. Yeah! Awesome, awesome, awesome. Hello, 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 hello. I'm back. Eepy Sheepy is back. It says it changed my game and then it reset it to God's sake. And one more time with feeling. I'm playing Danganronpa 2. Good morning, Bleaties. Good morning, good morning. Or good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Time zones. What are time zones anyway? I hope you're having a wonderful day. Hello. I am EP Sheepy. I'm Arentia Petronella Sheepy Sheep Genius. I have 2 whole brain cells. Twice as many as your average sheep. And that allows me to play games badly. And I am back this morning. I am back this morning to carry on with Danganronpa. I hope you've all had a fantastic week in the meantime. We had a bit of both like a nice time on Wednesday. If you were there with me finishing up one of our point and click titles, the last Wind Monk. And then we had a bit of extra time. I did some more point and click with Follow the Meaning. I'm gonna finish that off on Wednesday. I think it'll be a bit of fun. But until then, we are going to be carrying on with trial number 5. Trial number 5, Nagito's trial. I am still wondering. So Bleaties. I know he is the victim. At least it looks like he is the victim. But we don't have anyone to do proper tests for us or anything, right? We don't have the luxury of having a pocket me-can on hand to do a very much needed actual serious checking of cause of death. So with that in mind, we have to go on only what our own eyes can see. And compared to other trials, I feel like we haven't had as much time either. We haven't had as much time to investigate and to look around. And I don't know, everything about this case, this situation situation like it's come too quickly, if you know what I mean. Like there was nothing. We were exploring the island. We were starting to ask some questions about the school building on one of the other islands. We were wondering about all of the military stuff. And then all of a sudden, hey, there's a body. Hey Seb, good morning. I hope you're having a lovely day. I'm good, thank you very much, and I hope you are too. Yeah, so now we're going back into what is a trial that we started last time. A trial that I was absolutely, completely not ready for, Bleaties. And to be honest with you, I still kind of feel like it's too soon. Like, the trial happened so quickly, and I didn't feel that I'd seen all I wanted to see. It really just kind of dropped me in it. You know, up shit creek without a paddle. And, being that I'm a sheep, we're not the greatest swimmers anyway. I mean, do you know how much water this wool can hold? It's a bad time, you know. Excuse me a sec while I cough. There we go. Sorry about that. Hey DL, good to see you. Good to see you. I hope you're having a wonderful day as well. Eternally perplexed is true. I am eternally perplexed, and I am indeed back at it. So having been rushed into this, we've got a little ways in, and we've decided that Nagito has done this to himself. Right? Nagito has done this to himself. This is an incredibly elaborate suicide of some description. And now, Bleaties, it's down to us. It's down to us to figure out the hows and the whys. We're adamant that there's still, apparently, some other killer, and no matter what happens at the end of this trial, I am sure this isn't the end. Because this is too sudden, it's too quick, there are so many questions unanswered. So, I don't feel like this is exactly the end of the game. it's kind of, it feels too hurried. It feels too hurried for that. So I think that's enough blabbing, isn't it? Oh, there is one other thing. There is one other thing, Bleaties. One other thing. After Nagito died, our little Monomi suddenly got way more interested in hope and being gutsy and standing up to Monokuma. And that has kind of made me think, like, what if in some way Monomi is actually now being controlled by Nagito in some way, shape or form? Did I do it, Seb? I mean, as much as I would absolutely love to claim that I am the reason that Nagito is no longer a part of this mortal coil, seemingly, it is unfortunately nothing to do with me. Very sad, very sad. Probably one of the biggest disgraces to my bloodline known to man. Huge disgrace, shame for a display, surely. Hey, Space! Good to see you! Good morning, good morning, good morning! So, yeah, so Monomi's been acting a bit weird, and I'm wondering if maybe that's got something to do with Nagito. So I think I've yabbed enough. I think I've yabbed enough. So, skadoo, take this shit off my screen. Ta-da! And here I am, back in the game where I'm gonna make myself a little bit smaller. Just a little bit smaller. There we go, that's better. So I fit nice and cozy in the corner. So I fit nice and cozy in the corner here. That's better, isn't it? That's better. There we are. There we are. Okay, Bleaties. It is time. As always, if there's any audio problems, if I am too loud, if the game is too loud or too quiet, please let me know. Let me know. I don't know unless you tell me. So let's get into it. Let's go. So this is where we left off. We've just had a little pep talk from Chiaki. You know, Chiaki is saying we've made it this far, so we can definitely make it further. She's right. We've made it through several ordeals up till now by doing that. Then, even now. Alright, let's do this. Yeah! Let's do this! I have to make my argument. I don't know what my argument is. So let's see if I can remember exactly what we're talking about. I have to prove something, evidently, based on these bullets. These delightful bulletos. So what are we talking about? Right, how did he start? Oh, the spear. That's right. So this was the big mystery. How did he get the spear into himself? He definitely... I can tell, like, he levered it over the bar at the top. I don't think he was only able to move his left hand because he was tied up. His left hand, if that's the case, and there's the only other way, used his teeth. His front tail. Oh my god, I can't believe. Why are we talking about that? Yikes. Yikes. Akane, please. Goodness, I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't ready for that. Akane talking about front tails and yikes. That's too grown up for me, I need an adult. If Nagito committed suicide, then he must have used that spear to stab himself. Right, so we know for sure he definitely did, and he had to have been holding it. He had to have been holding it with one hand. The hand that's tied up and doesn't have the knife in it, the inside of it was not covered in blood. And that spear has a cable attached to the end of it. There's a streak of blood over the beam above Nagito's body, which must be from where he was holding onto it. So even if that sounds like there's no doubt there was the only thing he could have used. I guess it's the left hand. Couldn't have been his right hand. His right hand was covered by the knife. Okay. His hand is tied up. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Wait, oh, maybe that was bad timing. Maybe that was bad timing, maybe? He definitely didn't use his teeth, what? Why do we still do- Oh, this makes me so nervous. Akane, stop! Akane! That's too lewd. That's too lewd. Also, why does he look so excited about that? Like, Kaz, stop it. Kaz, no. Why? Great, so he must have used the spear. We know that for sure. He must have used his left hand. Except... I suppose it's possible. Oh, no. Okay, my bad. My bad! She doesn't understand. And to be honest, I think that that was a bit of a reach. I have to admit, okay? It was a bit of a reach. And there's like only one thing. There's only one thing that I can think of, right? Like, but it had to be his left hand. Because there was no blood on the inside, so it had to be. Am I right, Bleaties? I'm not losing my marbles, right? I'm not losing my marbles. But it's knowing exactly when to use that. I'm sure that that's correct. Whoopsie, that got me in trouble. I'm so sure that it's the blood on the hand. Okay. When the spear stabbed him, his hand was covered. Yeah. So it had to be his left hand. His left hand was also tied up. That's irrelevant. So it doesn't rule out his left hand. No, he didn't use his teeth. And he certainly didn't use his front tail. Akane, stop! Akane, no! No, I think it must be. Yeah, the blood on the left hand checks out. I'm so glad you think so. Like, I don't understand your argument at all. It's like, yeah, it really is. It really is such a gut punch. Like, oh, but it makes so much sense to me. So I think the only possible thing I can do, is next time Kaz says it rules out his left hand, I just have to go with blood on the left hand. Even though that doesn't exactly make sense in my brain. My two little brain cells don't really see how it marries up, but I guess that must be it. Let's try. Come on, get to it. Fuck, my timing is awful. No! Okay, I'm gonna have to put my microphone down, Bleaties. I'm gonna have to put the microphone down for this. Okay, it's real now. Akane, stop it. It's far too lewd. I can't deal with you talking about things like that this early in the day. Right, yeah. Okay. Right, I need to be able to hold the spacebar to concentrate. Hey Antori, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Right now I'm struggling with being able to use my mouse at the correct time. I keep over-clicking and losing time for myself and missing the cue that I need to take. But I'm otherwise good. What? There's no way. Yeah, what the fuck? Okay, no way. That definitely should have just let me do that the first time. I'm so sure of it. Oh, we did it, but at what cost? At what cost? Ah. My goodness me. Yeah, great to see you, Antori. Glad to have you back. You come back at just the right moment. This statement requires two-step authentication. No fucking joke. That's honestly what that felt like. I really thought the game was just gonna tell me there's no way. But there was nothing else that made any sense. Hold on. It's still too early to dismiss the possibility that he used his left hand. Why? I mean, his left hand was tied up, you know. But there was something off about his left hand. Yeah, there was no blood on his palm, so he must have been holding on to something. He must have been holding on to something. There's no way he wasn't. Whether that was the knife or the rope that holds the spear, whatever, but I seriously think that he was holding onto the spear. The bloodstain on the palm of his hand. Don't you think it looked somewhat strange? He only had blood on the lower area of his palm. Beyond that point, the bloodstain suddenly cuts off, right? When the blood spattered, that's as far as it reached, right? That settles the description of that bloodstain, but it's not the only unnatural bloodstain. I mean, it's not, because there's a bloodstain on the bar over his head. There's a bloodstain on the bar over his head, which must be like, you know, like, because of the cable where it was like the spear was like tossed over, so he was holding it at one end, and then he could let go and the cable would go like woo, and then drop. Does that make sense? Man, trying to explain things when I cannot do arm gestures, because look at my little wagglers. I've got to hold on to my bottle of water and stay hydrated. You know? Look, there's blood on the back of his hand, around the middle joints of his fingers. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Again, which ties in with having, like, been holding on to something, right, Bleaties? Like, he must have been. Like you said, looks like an unnatural bloodstain, but what's wrong with that? Well, what's wrong with that is that it means that he had something wrapped around his hand, or he was holding on to something. We might need to think and use our imagination for a bit. If there's blood on his palm and the back of his hand, what was his left hand doing as the blood spattered? Well, exactly, what was his left hand doing? It was holding on to something. It had to be. It had to be, Bleaties. I feel so strong in this conviction. What was Nagito's left hand doing? He was holding something. Gripping. Why gripping though? That's such a specific word. Was holding not good enough? Imagination! Have to use your imagination. Get that SpongeBob meme out. When the blood spattered, he was probably gripping with his left hand. I mean, goodness me, this is making Akane's theory sound a bit more viable, isn't it? Yikes. Can we just appreciate anime blood fountains? Without them, we'd never be able to tell these hand patterns as clearly, honestly, Antori. His grippers! His little grippy grippies! Space! I love that. From now on, anytime someone talks about hands, I'm gonna replace it with grippers. So, let's start. Let's start doing that right now. When the blood spattered, he was probably gripping with his left gripper. That's why there's such a strange looking bloodstain on his palm and the back of his gripper. This is so dumb, I love it. Oh, Akane! Hey DJ, good to see you. I hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. Hello, hello, hello. Was he grabbing his front tail? I mean, I've had hoped we wouldn't come back to this, but I'm hoping not. I can't, absolutely DL, not everything has to be about the front tail. Especially when we're talking about Nagito. I really don't want to think about Nagito and his front tail. There's the thought. He was obviously grabbing the spear. Oh, I'm glad to hear that, DJ. Great, great. Now you can help us solve today's case. This boy clearly somehow killed himself. Or at least this body killed itself. I'm still not entirely confident that Nagito is as dead as he seems, right? Just the fact that the Monomi's personality has suddenly taken a sharp swerve with Nagito's death. I don't know, something And Nagito had the opportunity and the means to screw with her by himself when they were in the final dead room. You don't know how you can help, DJ? Easy peasy, you just be there and you cheer me on with my 2 brain cells. That goes for all the bleaties. Now that you mention it, compared to the rest of his body, the wounds on his left arm are pretty mild. Yeah, they are. He probably made the wounds mild on purpose, so he could keep his strength while he gripped the spear. Yeah, I mean, I think that's a pretty good, judgment. As always, Chiaki, our goddess, our princess, our idol, our queen. Oh, you're right. You're so right. Please go out with me. Please. I make really good omelets. But even if he held the spear with his hand tied up, it'd be impossible for him to stab himself. I mean, would it? I don't think it would. We've already had a lot of cases now where someone said this would be impossible if, and we have proven again and again it's not impossible. Oh, save the check appreciation for after the trial. Oh man, too real, too much. That's right. That is the problem. Checky, what do you think? See, look, Bleaties! Even Hajime is just like, I'm gonna stop using my brain. I'm just gonna make Chiaki do all the thinking. She's doing a big thonk. She's doing a big thonk. Those wheels are turning. Or she is getting sleepy. I mean, I hope not. We're in court. Hey, don't tell me you're getting sleepy. Times like this, you should always strike from a good angle. It's just like fixing an old TV. How many people nowadays do that? Do you often like punch your TV to fix it? I always thought that was a very British thing to do. Like whenever anything's not working, you hit it until it does. You know? Waifu big brain, exactly, Space. This game is that man pushing the rock meme, but Chiaki is the man and the rock is the whole class. Absolutely sad. That is so unbelievably spot on. Somebody make that. Holy shit, that's so completely 110% accurate. Oh my god. That's so real. Ah, I got it. Maybe. Really? Why are you so shook, Soda? Like, be grateful. Yeah, like I thought, it's no mistake that Nagito was gripping the spear, I think. However, what's important is what section of the spear he was gripping. Yes, because he wasn't holding onto the shaft of the spear. Oh my god, we're talking about Tails again. He was holding on to the whip, the cable, at the end of it. Just punch the TV and if it breaks even more, replay the video in reverse. Absolutely, Antori. Which section was he holding on to? He was holding on to the cord. Cord, strap, cable, whatever. Oh, for real, DL. Chiaki's just like, maybe, possibly, lots of hedging words, and Hajime's like, I am right. Punching a TV to fix it. Yeah, another JoJo reference. I just love that punching anything to fix it is really a JoJo reference. Depending on which JoJo, which series we're referring to. Love it. I love a good JoJo reference. Give me your JoJo references. Give me your JoJo references. That's it. Instead of the handle, Nagito must have been holding on to the cord. I mean, I thought that all along, so I'm a bit confused that Hajime did not think that all along because it seemed really obvious to me. And remember, Bleaties, I only have 2 brain cells. I only have 2 brain cells. And I still thought that was the only possible way. There was a metal weight at the tip of the cord. But there were bloodstains on that part too. You had an adult JoJo reference, but you'll behave. Oh no. That didn't involve tails, did it? That didn't involve tails, did it, Jackie? So yes, there was a metal weight. And for sure there was a bit that was like completely untouched by blood, which must have been where Nagito was holding onto the cable. Yeah, see, that bit. Plus, the joint between the weight and the cord had a bloodstain shaped like it was cut off by something. Isn't the size of that cut off section about the same size as a human fist? I have twice the brain cells of a sheep, and considering Hajame's talent, he may as well be herd of sheep. Yeah, absolutely, DL. That's completely fair. That's completely fair. Oh man, I feel like literally the only reason that Hajime is here is because if he were an ultimate, he wouldn't be able to actually solve the case based on something that was said in the previous play session. I think, was it Chiaki that said it, or was it the princess that said it? One of them, basically saying that everything about their behavior and the way that they progress forward in life is defined by their talent. So everything they do is in line with like their single-mindedness, right? Their singularity. But because Hajime doesn't have that, because Hajime is basically just a dude, he's able to consider things from other angles. He's not shackled by this obsessive need to behave or do something a certain way, which is why sometimes he seems so incredibly fucking like sofa mega brained, and other times he seems like there isn't a fucking edamame bean rattling around in there, you know. Doesn't that make them kind of autistic? Yeah, I guess in a way it does. It does, Seb, yeah. Insofar as like they're so completely single-minded about something. Excuse me a second, I'm having a quickie sippy. Ah, yummy. Today's water is peach sparkling spring water. I recommend to everyone. It's great all year round. Ah, you're right. So this is the part Nagito is gripping, huh? That's right, Akane. Not his tail. Ultimate rates dropped to 0%. Can you imagine? Can you imagine, Antori? The uproar. It's like, my kid's an ultimate, and it was caused by vaccines. Oh man. What a wild fucking twist that would be. What a twist. I'm not an ultimate in my Hajime. Space, I think in some ways we are all Hajime. In some ways we are all Hajime. And then the blood that was supposed to end up here ended up getting on Nagito's left hand. Exactly, because he was holding on to it. Perfect. But why is it so important to know which part of the spear he was holding? Oh, thank you, Jackie. I do try. I use a restream app so that you guys, so that YouTube and Twitter, sorry, Twitch, YouTube and Twitch, you guys can all interact together. I don't want anyone to be left out. I want everybody to be included. You're all Bleaties and you all deserve equal representation and EP love. You're not gonna say he gripped the tip of the cord, swung the spear around, and stabbed himself, right? Okay, but Soda. Is Soda just like fucking brain dead? Are you actually brain dead? Soda, you're giving me brain damage. Shut up. That is where the clue to solve the mystery resides. Right, Chiaki? Hey Daniel, good to see you. I hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. We're back at trial. Yeah, Soda is slow, but also like he's way too preoccupied by Sonia. He's not got his head in the game whatsoever. Yeah, Chiaki's like, are you for real? Like, we'd already figured out that's absolutely not the way that he like did it. We even just Hajime just this fucking minute ago talked about the metal beam overhead. Like, why are we taking a step back? Absolute god tier simp, Soda. Absolutely, Daniel. Absolutely. Now, the princess is right, and Chiaki seems hesitant, but come on, Sonia knows. Sonia knows. I am sorry. Of course, this mystery will not be solved that easily. I mean, you say that, Sonia, there are a few mysteries about you that desperately need to be solved. Like, why is it that when we went and spoke to you and asked you a bunch of questions about what you were doing and where you were, and why you weren't where we expected you to be, you just let Hajime fill in the gaps for you, and you were just like, yeah, that is definitely what I was doing. Yeah, sure. I really don't trust Sonia. Nagito is gripping the cord, extending from the butt. From the butt of the spear with his left gripper. So we're replacing the word hand now. Every time we see the word hand, we're replacing it with gripper because it's just so stupid. Absolutely, Seb. Shouldn't the whole military be like losing their shit? Yeah, you get it, Antler. You get it. Butts are funny. We won't talk about what Sonia never minded. No, apparently that's going under the radar. That's going under the radar. For now, I'm not leaving that alone. I still think this is all a fucking simulation. I think this whole thing is like not real. But it's about proving it. It's about proving it, and right now I can't. It's just a bunch of weird coincidences and things that don't add up. But from there, how would he stab himself in the stomach with the spear? Hajime, my boy, why are you sweating? We literally already know this. We've talked about this, we've discussed this, we solved this. Don't listen to anything Soda has to say, it won't be useful. It won't be useful whatsoever. It seems we are stuck. Shall we have tea time? Oh man, tea sounds lit. Ladies, let's all have cups of tea. It's tea time because Princess Sonia Nevermind has decreed. To be fair, considering what we know about the outside world, the world's already crazy. Fair, Coda. Fair. Based on the first game, the outside world's an absolute shit show. That's what we should do one day, Bleeties. We should all have an EPT party. We'll have to get together, we'll have to have a cup of tea, and we will recite poetry and talk about how absolutely awesome it is being a good egg. DL, shall we have tea time? Sounds like the most passive-aggressive way to say you're taking long enough for me to boil a kettle. Absolutely. I think maybe I might even use that one myself. I kind of love that. I kind of love that. At a time like this, how about we stick to the plan to think one step ahead at a time instead of expecting the answers all at once? Man, why do I like super think that that's just a really long-winded way of saying, how about we'll just fucking think of it as we go along? Chaki's like, I don't know, but we'll work it out. We'll work it out. That's okay, you can bring coffee if you want to, Space. There's no shame. If you don't like tea, you don't like tea. Stick to gaming, not naming, absolutely. Yeah, we should totally do poetry. Or go back to the Doki Doki Literature Club days and re-recite all those like cracked poems that I wrote at the end for the end of each stream. My Doki Doki Literature Club poems. The way that they got gradually more and more unhinged through the playthrough as the girls were becoming more and more unhinged. It was absolutely beautiful. It was true poetry in motion. It's definitely something I'd like to do again. It's definitely something I'd like to do again. Speaking of doing again, I think it's about time we brought back Tama. I think it's about time we brought back Tama. I'm gonna bring back Tama. So watch the Discord later, Bleaties, because Tama's gonna be reborn. We're gonna have new Tamagotchi. We're gonna have a new Tama baby. I'm gonna try and look after this one even more. I look forward to reintroducing those poems. They were so funny. They were so funny. Oh, that's a long name. I agree, Akane. That's way too much of a mouthful. One step at a time. What does that mean? Let's focus on the spear first. Namely, where it was and how it was positioned just before it impaled Nagito. How it was positioned? Well, we know how it was positioned because it was slung over that metal bar above my dude's body. See? Like, it had to be. Nagito was facing up and the spear was stabbed through his stomach. So if it's just before that... that's it. Could it be? Could it be, Bleaties? I think it could. I think it could. The state of the spear and the fact Nagito was holding the tip of the cord attachment. If I put those together and think about it, I should be able to figure it out. Guys! Bleaties, we already figured this out! We already figured this out, didn't we? Because we're the smartest eggs! I should be able to figure out where the spear was and what state it was in before it stabbed Nagito. Oh, please don't be Hangman's Gambit. I don't need that stress. I don't need that stress. Okay, good. Okay, right. Okay, two-hand time. I have to put the mic down again. Oh god, okay. Here we go. Time for SS tricky mode. SS tricky mode. Let's go. Ooh! Why was that so shit? Why is it so sudden? Oh god, they're making this real rude now. Woo. Come on, give me your sick tricks. Give me your sickest flips. Right, where was the spear before it impaled him? It was above him. It was above him because it was over the metal beam. I am so smart, SMRT. I am so smart. Oh my fuck, what the fuck? Oh no, we've got moving objects now. Wow, it really is like the FF7 mini game now. We've got the fucking Moogles skating across the snowway. Ah, stop it. Cease! Cease! Oh, I don't like this. Right, question 2. Besides the spear, what else was above him? The ceiling girder! We can do this. We can do this. Yeah, look at that jump. Fucking victory. Victory kickflip. Let's go. We know this one. Bim bam bim bam! Oh god. Stop. Oh, I don't like this. I don't like these at all. The anxiety is so real. Ah! What are you doing? Come on. Woo! Last one. We're almost there. What item connects the spear and the girder? The cord. The spear's cord. If that's wrong, I'll eat my own socks. Whoa. Okay. We did it! Yeah, we did it! We made it! What? We did it! We did it! Check out my fucking sick moves. Look at those sick moves! We did it, Bleaties! Yeah, absolutely, Seb. What's that? Someone died? Fuck it. Time to throw some moves. Look at that. Absolutely phenomenal. I told you we figured it out, BTs. It's because you guys are such good eggs. It's because you guys are such good eggs. We did it together. Yatta! Yatta, yatta, yatta. The spear impaled Nagito as he was laying face up. It must have been perpendicular to him just before that. Wow, what an excuse to use a long word, Hajime. Sounding like that IQ has grown a bit. Perpendicular? In the middle of the air? Yeah, it was just fucking flying, Soda. Come on, engage brain. You like to think Chiaki's on silence because she's playing a mini game in her head with Hajime. Absolutely, Kodo. I love that idea. I love that idea. Hajime is actually Chiaki's like ghost mode. If Nagito did that all by himself, did he have some sort of ESP? Sonia! Sonia, what is this logic? No. I agree, it would be awesome, but no. That'd be awesome, but he probably used the ceiling girder directly above him. Yes, yes, exactly. Bim bum, bim bum, bim bum! As always, Queen Chiaki gets it. Nagito probably slung the cord over the ceiling girder, and using that as a support, he hoisted the spear directly above him. Head in hand, seeing Sonia reach Kaz's level, honestly, DL. It's a sad moment for us all. Also, I keep seeing it every single time I get to see like Hajime's tie. I just see the word love on his tie. I don't know if it's meant to say love, but that's what I see. And I think that's really wholesome. That's really wholesome and really sweet. He doesn't have an ultimate special power, but he's like the ultimate average dude, and we love that. Yes, that's exactly what I was imagining. Oh my god. Oh my god. I feel so clever. I feel so clever. And if Nagito let go of the cord, the spear would have fallen and impaled him while he was laying face up. I noticed a slight red streak on the ceiling girder. It probably got a smear during the setup. Indeed. Indeed. The blood on the cord probably rubbed off on the ceiling girder as the spear was falling. So, how about it? Using this method, Nagito could have impaled himself with the spear. Oh my god, the ultimate friend because the player was grinding hope fragments? That's genius. Oh my god. Man, I wish I should have done that. I should have tried to be the ultimate friend. I didn't realize it was possible to like grind hope fragments. Oh my god. That also explains the blood on the ceiling. Yeah, it does. It does, Antori. That's so clever. Are you actually serious? He really committed suicide like that? Well, yeah, because he wanted to force everybody to actually fucking use their brains instead of relying on him constantly to do the thinking for them. So I kind of get it. You know, can't rely on the dude if he's dead. He probably chose the spear so he could commit suicide like that. Yeah, this is all very calculated. If someone else did this, there's no reason they'd go to all this trouble to kill someone with a spear. I mean, yeah. You literally wouldn't need to have done half of the things that have been done to Nagito. Unless, of course, it was just purely because you wanted to, like, fuck him up. And I'm not gonna pretend that I wouldn't have enjoyed that a little bit. You know, guilty pleasures, because the dude really did. He really got on my fluffy tail. He really got on my fluffy tail, and I am quite happy for him to be a lot quieter now. Excuse me while I cough a second. Sorry, I couldn't mute the mic in time for that. I agree. When I was investigating this case, I kept thinking over and over how strange it was. Why did the killer use the knife and the spear so differently? So you're saying he needed to use that spear to pull off his trick? Well, yeah, I think that a lot of the stabbing and stuff is more than anything, A, so that he bled out fairly quickly, and B, to add to the confusion. Then, is this for real? He really committed suicide? I mean, it sure looks like it. Every single wound on his body. That was all him. I mean, yeah, and it's completely believable and plausible because the dude was absolutely unhinged. Yeah, just a little troll right at the end there, exactly, Space. Just a cheeky troll for the lads before he clocks out. Not just that, he did all that while he was gripping the spear. I mean, yeah, he must have been. I feel like the dude was probably enjoying this. And that really is something that I feel very, very conflicted about. You do you, I guess, but eek. Yeah, strong feels too praiseworthy, more like radical or extreme. The dude was absolutely an extremist. No matter what way you want to look at it. He was beyond. Absolutely beyond. That spear should not have stabbed Nagito until the very end. Which means Nagito wounded himself while he was gripping the spear, right? Did he put the duct tape on his own mouth too? I mean, I'm guessing he did, yeah. He must have done that first because there's a gap from where there's no blood, underneath the tape. So he duct taped his mouth before he did anything else. That was the first thing he did. Probably covered his own mouth so he wouldn't hear him screaming in pain. Yeah, I mean, this dude's kinks legitimately got him killed. His desperation for that thrill of being hope. But the thing is, that look on his face, on his dead body, that isn't the face of someone who saw hope right at the end. That's the face of someone who, like, had some kind of nasty surprise or nasty realization at the end. So I think there's gonna be a little bit of a twist here, you know. Oh, for real, Antori, letting go of that spear must have just been like, release. He probably also came in his pants, but, you know, he'd been stabbing himself for a while. I guess he'd earned it at that point. Did he need to go that far? That's beyond crazy. Why would he do that to himself? Why? Well, you just said it yourself. Beyond crazy. Yoo-hoo! Because he was absolutely cuckoo. Because he was completely extreme in his mentality and was so sure that what he was doing was like 100% the right thing. Oh no, the YouTube police are gonna execute me. I can't have that. Please don't do that, YouTube police. Do you know what, I tell you the worst one, no word of a lie, sorry to derail for a sec, but holy fuck, TikTok. I got struck again. I got struck again for yet more things that were unreasonable. The only time they've ever struck me reasonably was when I uploaded a short of, you know, like Nagito doing Russian roulette. Because I completely didn't realize that when they said that guns, like depictions of guns were not okay, I didn't realize that that also included somebody just like a fucking cartoon and nothing happening. But apparently just the picture of any sort of gun is unreasonable. But like, it's weirdly automated. So TikTok was just like, yeah, this is hate speech. And it's like, no, it isn't. This is the last wind monk. And it's just my dude firing like a bag of powder at a statue from like a slingshot. Like, how is this hate speech? What the fuck? yeah. They finally let me out of TikTok jail this morning. But what the fuck, TikTok? Sort out your automated system. It's a mess. Absolute mess. So yeah, speaking of crazy. He was probably trying to get us to make a mistake. No, I don't think he was. I don't think he was trying to get you to make a mistake. I think he just wanted you all to engage your goddamn brains. I seriously, as much as I dislike Nagito, he was still on the side of hope, and he could see that it was better to give people something positive to work towards, you know? Maybe they didn't see it was Nagito doing it, and if they had, they'd have been fine. I wish, Space. I wish that was it. I know, TikTok is so mean, Anturi. They keep bullying me. Like, why? Why do I deserve? Like, I'm very sorry. But please, I'm just 3 apples high and made of cotton candy. Like, leave me alone. I'm just trying to play games with my 2 brain cells. No, I don't think he was trying to get them to make a mistake. I don't think that's right. I think Hajime is just thinking the worst of Nagito. By committing a suicide that looked like murder, he was trying to steer us towards the wrong answer. His goal was to get us all executed. No, I don't think it was. I don't think it was. And that's why he stabbed himself over and over again. He wanted us to die that bad? That's so messed up. That's seriously so messed up. Yeah, that's our Nagito. I mean, you're still calling him our Nagito. That has kind of a bit of an affectionate tone to it, doesn't it? Also, just a reminder, you know, seeing Hiyoko on screen there and her little portrait. We never did get an explanation for how she was killed. We never got an explanation for how she was killed. Part of me is still not sure that that's accidental or rushed or something, so I'm keeping an open mind that there's a possibility she's around. Hajime is a bottom confirmed. Absolutely, damn you. Nagito loves everyone the way a parent has tough love. Yeah, absolutely, forcing them to use their goddamn brains, even if it makes them upset and angry. Because they'll look back one day, right? The survivors are gonna look back and be like, do you know what? He was an absolute cunt, but my god, he was our cunt. Don't you think? Don't you think? Jeez, and I was starting to feel a little sympathetic towards him. Stupid of me. I completely underestimated his capacity for malice. Don't be so sure about that. A mind-boggling malice that threatens us even after he's dead. That's the form his malice took. He did push them to be better, absolutely. Hajime literally with the that's our Nagito, absolutely same. Totally. You're absolutely spot on. Both of you. I have forgotten all about it until now. If he was here now, he'd probably be sneering at me. However, there is one thing I still do not understand. He said he would reveal the traitor, right? Fans will read this and think Nagito and Hajime were lovers. Seb, no fucking word of a lie. When we went to Nagito's cottage room, when we went to his hotel room and opened the door, I really expected it to be covered in pinboards of do it for him. You know? With pictures of Hajime all over the place. I was so ready. I was so ready for the moment of like he was really out for him after all. All this time he was there cheering him on, just just trying to make him a better student, to support the reserve kid. You know, he wasn't an ultimate, but he was doing his best, and by God, Nagito was going to do that. Waterpad is going crazy right now, for real. You can't keep up. You can't keep up with the fan fiction and the shippers. You can't do it. It's too fast. Whatever came of that? He was probably planning to kill the traitor along with the rest of us. I mean, I don't think so. I'm not so sure. I don't think he was planning to kill him. Oh, I'm so sorry, Seb. I hate to tell you this. I think Shuaka is kind of cute. I do think he's kind of cute, I have to admit. But, you know, it's, there's ways to do these things, you know? I am all for people shipping whatever they want, whatever makes you happy, do it, go nuts. But just don't tell other people, like, what they can and can't do. It's wild. I don't blame you for hating it though. I don't blame you for hating it though. There's some real cringy, like, fan art out there. Imagine going into Nagito's cottage, it's all padded walls and it was, I wish. To be honest, that's how it should have been. Having the fridge in there, I half expected to open up the fridge and there to be somebody's head inside. You know? Like, I really was like, this is very strange. No one else has a fridge freezer in their room and he does. And he does kind of roll with that feeling. That feeling of, like, the quiet neighbor with the big freezer in their basement. You know? I did kind of expect there to be a severed head in there. Seb has never been so disappointed. He's having to sit down and recover. He's so upset. I mean, I don't think Nagito was planning to kill the traitor. I think Nagito believes that he's gonna out the traitor by doing what he's done. I'm intrigued. I still don't really know who it could be because everyone here has enough questionable moments and enough, like, just general question marks hanging around them about who they are, you know, and what they were before. Like, yeah, any of them could be guilty. Honestly, Seb, like, that's such an emotion. I don't really engage with shipping fandoms at all. Precisely because they tend to be so woefully toxic and disgusting. I don't know how many of your bleaties ever get involved in shipping communities, if at all. But certainly the ones that I've had the pleasure, shall we say, of encountering, generally by accident, have been the most god-awful, angry, spiteful, nasty pieces of shit that I've ever had the displeasure of tripping upon on the internet. So I just kind of try and stay away from them. I think it's much better just to do things and be happy and enjoy it. You know? Just be happy. Just do what makes you happy. Enjoy things. You don't need to drag other people down. Like, the worst one is, like, the Final Fantasy VII community. People who ship Cloud and Aerith versus people who ship Cloud and Tifa. Those people are the actual categorical worst. Good fucking God. Terrible, terrible people. It's not a nice place. You've only lightly interacted with ship fandoms. Yeah, I think light interaction is the only good kind. Like, just trying to avoid it as much as possible. The Twitter artist said they didn't like Shu Yuka. They cooked them in the replies. Fair. Yours would just be female shipping. No problem with that. Like, here's the thing. I'm for all kinds of pairings. I don't care what you ship. As long as they're dynamic. As long as the dynamic is cute and everybody's being, like, you know, as long as you like it. So what? I don't see a problem with that. I don't know why people feel the need to, like, tell other people that, like, there's evidence, like, categorical, factual evidence that their opinion about a certain ship being acceptable is wrong because somebody said this in this game or somebody said that in that game, and that means that it can't possibly be, like, who fucking cares? If you like looking at two things, then sure, whatever. Why do people gotta be like that? Why'd you gotta do that? So, why did he not just do that in the first place? This is a very good question. If he had no comms, he was killing everyone. He did not have to cause a bomb scare to reveal the traitor. No, he didn't, but I also think he probably thought it would be funny, didn't he? Bombs for bats! But a bomb scare was part of the strategy behind his trick. He made us split up and search for a bomb so none of us would have an alibi. Oh, absolutely. Gorf and Gorfalina. Well, that's proven canon. That's proven canon. They even had babies. We've seen them, so we know that there's no debating that. Absolutely, Antori. Bro's spending too much time worrying about fake relationships on the internet instead of just, like, building meaningful, actual relationships. You know? Just like... Just enjoy being alive. Enjoy being alive. Do the things that make you happy. Don't be mean to people. I don't think it's hard. I don't think it's hard to just not be an asshole, you know? Like those people that get a real kick out of going up to like street buskers and stuff and disrupting their sets, and I just think, why do you need to do that? Why? Excuse me, I'm having a sippy. Yeah, what do you get out of like ruining someone else's good time? You know? Oh no, I'm dying. The peach water. The peach water's killing me. He created a scenario where any of us could have killed him. Oh, for clout. Yeah, for sure. But it's the worst. It's such a shitty thing to do. I don't understand clout chasing. I just don't understand clout chasing. I'd rather just be a good person, even if it means that I'm not like hugely popular or go wildly viral. I'd rather just be a nice person having a good time with my buddies, you know? Yeah, honestly, that's one of the reasons I don't like people like that, Danu. People like the Paul brothers. I get what they're doing and I see what they've done, and God knows there's plenty of YouTubers that have made an awful lot of money and fame for themselves being terrible people, but I kind of do believe in karma, and I think that, you know, one day being a horrible person is going to come back and just make you unfathomably unhappy. So I think it's much better to just be nice and have fun and focus on having fun with people and you know, being the best good egg you can be. EP was your number one for you. Oh, thank you, Danu. Thank you. My pleaties are my number one. I'm very grateful. You're all such good eggs. Good egg energy all around. Good egg energy all around. And apparently Soda could do with some good egg energy because he's really struggling to get his head around the truth of this matter. He tried to make us doubt each other and tried to hide the truth behind his suicide. Did he cause a bomb scare for that reason alone? No, I don't think so. I think you guys are all going off on a bit of a tangent. He's a fucking bastard who killed himself for the delusions of grandeur. It's not that unthinkable. You are right, I suppose. Man, it just gets me looking at Sonia's face and the way that, like, in her avatar picture, right, on the left side of the screen. The way that if you take away the long eyelashes, she has exactly the same face as Nagito. They have exactly the same face, the same eyes, the same lips, the same nose. And I just can't help thinking, You know, I can't help thinking about the first game and how we had two people who looked a bit similar and then one of them got knocked off and it turned out the whole time it wasn't how it looked, and I just keep thinking, is that what's happening? Is that what's happening here? Are we getting a repeat of that? Yeah, appears we've come to a conclusion. That bastard Nagito committed suicide, and it was all done by him, so we'd be executed. That should be okay, right? Right? What, you're not satisfied? No, I agree that Nagito killed himself, but I feel like there's something that doesn't make sense. Soda did get sent flying by that bomb, yeah, that's fair, Antori. He's probably still, his ears are still ringing, he's still suffering with shell shock. Oh, it's probably just my imagination. No, there are still things that are not answered. She is right. She is right. Why? I mean, I sort of understand what she's talking about. I don't think it's a mistake to assume that Nagito committed suicide, but why do I feel so uneasy about it? Is it because we don't know who the traitor is? Or... so what are you gonna do? Is it okay to proceed with the voting time? You know, Bleaties, he definitely aimed to kill himself, but there was something else. The fact Nagito, the look on his face was such horror, such terror, such despair. He definitely saw something, or maybe someone, right? Just before he died. You know? And like, I just feel like that wasn't done by himself. That bit wasn't, that couldn't have been, because he would have had the biggest shit-eating grin on his face, wouldn't he? Think about just how proud of himself he was. Think about how pleased with himself he was. Going to all of these lengths, making up this elaborate scheme. Okay. He should have literally died in a state of ecstasy. But that look on his face, was not the face of someone who was feeling good. You know? I wanna check something. I'm feeling like... Oh, hey, let's have a quick look. Let's check you. Snake Hemi is fine! Woo! No, I want to, is it my truth bullets? Yeah. The victim is Nagito Komedo. The body was discovered inside the warehouse. The estimated time of death is noon sharp. Not only is there a spear, there are multiple stab wounds. Furthermore, there's a laceration on his left arm, a knife impaled through his right hand. I don't know, something about the time. Maybe he forgot his safe word, damn you. What if he saw Hyoko, Antori? Oh my god, that would have been amazing, wouldn't it? Maybe he didn't want to give hints. Yeah, I guess there is that. If he looked too happy, maybe it would be too suspicious. Fair space. Totally fair and not entirely wrong. The time of death is at noon. The body was discovered in the warehouse near the Monokuma factory. Okay, but Maybe it's just me, Bleaties, okay, but I'm looking at this, and even though this is supposed to be the cause of death, it hasn't actually explicitly said what the cause of death is. It's just describing all of the injuries he had. Yeah, his face was absolutely horrified, so something must have been amiss. Something about this is definitely a bit wacky. What do you think, Akane? Well, there's no doubt Nagito's death was suicide. Well, guess my gut is wrong sometimes. No, I don't think your gut is ever wrong. I don't think your gut is ever wrong. You are right. It is not as though we can draw any other conclusion. Isn't it? I mean... No, we can. We can draw other conclusions, can't we? He looked fucking distressed. And considering the little snippet we saw of him stabbing himself, he seemed pretty chill. Even if he was screaming in pain. Something is definitely not as it should be. Then it's okay to end it here, huh? That means we're done with the last class trial. And we can leave the island, right? I mean... No? It's okay to reach such a happy ending, right? Do you really think you're just gonna be allowed to go just like that? Definitely not. Definitely not. No way. Then it's okay. It's okay to say you've decided on the killer. Understood. Then voting time. No. Hold on a second. Aha! Bleaties. Bleaties. It's time for a twist. It's time for a twist. Hajime has decided that something is wrong. Something is wrong. But what? What is it? Monokuma not happy about that for some reason. Hold on. Why? Absolutely slams desk. Hold it! Man, I need to get those. I need to get those as emotes. That would be cool, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it be cool? Some good old Ace Detective emotes. Sorry, just a little more. I want you guys to wait just a little more. Hajime's got some ideas, guys. Hajime's got some ideas. But what? I can't help but feel like there's still something we overlooked. I mean, yeah, I have to admit, that was a little bit too easy. That was a bit too easy, and considering how bullshit some of the case puzzles have been, there's something more sinister that we're not looking at. There's something we're missing. Like everything about how the room was set up for a start. We keep talking about the traitor as well. Like, I don't know why the traitor is quite so important. Like who the traitor is. But the issue here is who killed Nagito, right? Even if we identify the traitor, the conclusion won't change. That's true, but the mystery isn't just about who the traitor is. Huh? No matter how you look at it, Nagito's death is suicide, but I'm a little worried, you know. I'm worried about starting the voting time while there's still a mystery. Hey lady! Good to see you, good to see you! Hope you're having a wonderful Sunday! Who are we phoenixing? Well, these are the questions! These are the questions. We had a We had to hold it, but the question is, why are we holding it? At the moment, all we know is we're holding it because someone feels that something's missing, but we're not exactly sure what's missing. Hey, what do you mean it's not about who the traitor is? What kind of mystery is left? There's just one thing that doesn't make sense, and it relates to Nagito's death. I mean, I hope that she says it's the look on his face, because that's legitimately, for me, like, the one thing that hasn't been resolved. Yes, he definitely killed himself. That's without doubt. But the look on his face was horror. And I'm sure that that's the issue. Who brought up the traitor idea? Was it always around, or was it the last trial only? Well, there's apparently always been a traitor. Allegedly, space. But, guys, it was Soda. Vote for him. Seb. I wish, but no. We don't know. We don't know. But yeah, there's apparently always been a traitor, but we still don't know. You assumed it was the face one would make when impaled by a giant spear. That's completely fair, DL. And I think that if you were a normal person being impaled by a giant spear, yes, absolutely. But the fact that this was Nagito and he was able to, like, lay there and inflict multiple stab wounds on himself, tie himself up, risk setting fire to his corpse afterwards. Like, I just kind of think he should have been happy about it, because he was clearly enjoying himself. Plus, it's something even Nagito couldn't influence. He couldn't even tamper with the evidence for it. Something related to Nagito's death, and it's something he couldn't even have messed with. You're gonna keep going? And here I thought we were finally finished. Like, Kaz just desperately wants to go home. At this point, I kind of feel like we should just chuck Kaz in the sea and be like, okay, start swimming. Might see you by the time the world has returned to a normal state. Bye. Something related to Nagito's death. Oh, god damn it. Evidence that even he couldn't tamper with. Something related to his death he couldn't tamper with. What couldn't he tamper with? Oh, this maybe. Maybe? A life-size found on the floor near the fire's origin point. Oh, the hole. Yeah. Maybe this? Oh, no, not that. My bad. I'm sorry. I got it wrong. I thought maybe that wasn't as explained as we thought. Oh, wait, hold on. If it's a piece of evidence he couldn't mess with, it has to be the Monokuma file itself, right? Because that's the only piece of evidence that has nothing to do with Nagito directly. Right? Surely? Aha! Aha! Oh my god! Okay. So maybe what I was saying earlier about the fact that there's no direct cause of death actually given might be relevant? Is it about the Monokuma file? Yeah, that's it. Huh? There was something suspicious in the Monokuma file? Yeah. Is it what I think it is, though? Is it because there's not an explanation? The victim is Nagito Kameda. The body was discovered inside the warehouse near the Monokuma plushie factory. The estimated time of death is believed to be noon sharp. Not only is there a spear stabbed in his stomach, there are multiple stab wounds on each of his thighs. Furthermore, there's a laceration on his left arm and a knife impaled through his right hand. Okay. The suspicious part of the Monokuma file that Chiaki is worried about is... What's hidden? What's hidden in the Monokuma file? I have a real bad feeling. Oh boy. Oh boy, Bleaties. Okay. I am definitely a bit like... Is it to do with the time? Or is it to do with the cause of death? I still think it's... The cause of death hasn't been spelled out. Oh, fuck no. Okay. Two-hand time. Two-hand time. Okay, it's cause of death. It has to be. It's 3 words. Has to be 3 words. How do I do this again? Fuck. Ah, I've forgotten how to control it. Oh, God. God damn. Ah ha ha! Help! I'm bad at spelling. Oh no, things keep running into each other. I'm actually gonna get in real trouble with this. Where's an E? I need an E! Oh god. Cause of D. Give me D's. Hold on. No, don't no. Ah no, I'm taking damage. I'm taking damage. Oh god. I need an A real fast. Shit. Oh, this is so stress. This is so stress. D-A. I need a T. Sometimes I get in a real, like, rhythm with this, and I do so well, and then I have days like this. Whew, okay. Wow, I lost half my health. I lost half my health. No, I lost half my health and I sound like a pervert at the same time. No. The darker version of Dora the Explorer where MC looks at you and asks you questions about killings instead of directions. Seb, no. Even after death, the man is throwing curveballs at us. There's no end. Oh god, help. In this particular case, this Monokuma file, there's no specific cause of death. There's not. Now EP wants front tails. No front tails! No front tails, please. I am far too innocent. I'm far too innocent for that. I may not be PG-13, but I'm not a lewd tuber. In this that's still, yeah, okay. So Bleaties, actually, we were right. When I said that it seemed weird to me, there was like no actual specific cause of death, just a list of injuries. That was actually right. So I'm kind of impressed with myself because I thought also maybe I was just being hyper paranoid. But I'm glad that was intentional. The game wanted me to notice that. Thank goodness. Thank goodness! Not only is there a stab wound in his stomach, but there are multiple stab wounds on each thighs. And furthermore, there's a laceration on the left arm and a knife impaled in his right hand. Isn't that weird? Until now, the files always specified the cause of death. But the cause of death is obvious, is it not? Yes, that's right. The cause of death is death. He fucking died. Somehow I think the Grim Reaper doesn't count as a cause of death in this trial, unfortunately. The spear in Nagito's stomach. It's obvious just by looking at it that it was the cause of death. Well, exactly, lady. It seems so obvious, why wouldn't it be listed? If it was clear, unless, is it possible he's not actually dead? There's no cause of death because there's been no death? Now that might sound absolutely fucking unhinged, but we are on an island that has a factory that makes humanoid looking robots. And we don't have a medical professional here to do an autopsy. You know? Yeah, so the blood on the cable is where he was holding the cable while he was busy stabbing himself vigorously with a hunting knife. Like, this game keeps giving me more and more reasons to take up hobbyist like tin hat theories, right? This is very strange. Maybe it's not included if it's not important enough to write about. Okay, but Kazuichi Soda, you absolute brain damage on legs. It's not about being important, it's the cause of death. There is nothing more important. He pulls Jigsaw 1 and just stands up, absolutely space. So he faked his own death, but why? I mean, this is it, like, him dying doesn't make sense because he's so lucky. And I thought that as well. I thought that was weird and was like, maybe the only reason he could die is if he did it to himself. But then that ties in with the fact that Monomi is behaving really fucking strangely and has suddenly started talking about hope and courage and everything, and there's just so many things that don't make sense. Yeah, that's right, lady. He stabbed himself multiple times in the thighs to make it look like he had been tortured. The file outright says he's dead, so unless they're lying, he didn't fake anything. I mean, Seb, absolutely possible still. I'm constantly being thrown curveballs, but the fact that I think what's making me very biased here is the fact that in the last game, in the original Danganronpa, we literally had a case of two people who look alike ending up, you know, in this situation where one murdered the other, took the other person's personality and role-played with it for the longest time, and then we found the original person's body, and then we had to figure out who the traitor was and all this kind of thing from that. So I sort of feel like maybe this is reflecting on that. Or maybe I'm just thinking way too hard for a sheep with only 2 brain cells. Also completely possible. Well, Monokuma? I plead the 5th. You can't plead the 5th. It doesn't exist in a world without American universal law, I'm guessing. There he goes again. I'm so appalled I have nothing to say. But even during Gundam's case, and before during Mikan's case, the thing he purposely omitted from the Monokuma file was always the most important mystery in the case. Yeah, absolutely. Like, I don't know, what killed Hyoko? That is a piece of information that was, like, gone. Yeah, Kodo, the first game didn't lie about the victim's identity, so the files have always been truthful. That is fair. That is fair, Kodo. My brain is just doing mega overtime. Mega overtime. Like, it feels like there's possibility. I have nothing to say. Absolutely. Absolutely. Those are words, Antori. I think whatever's going on with Monomi, the circuits have been fried. Sonia is Nagito in disguise. Can you imagine Sonia being, like, able... Well, actually, flip it. Can you imagine Nagito being able to pull off a convincing falsetto? I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about that one, Sam. But they do look fucking eerily similar, and that is something that keeps bugging me. Are you saying that applies this time, too? Hold on a sec. Then you're saying there's more to Nagito's death? Are you suggesting again that his death wasn't a suicide? You guys are the one who said it's suicide in the first place. I'm not saying that he didn't mean for it to be suicide, I'm saying there's like a bit extra. No, I don't think it's a mistake to call Nagito's death a suicide, but it's not just suicide. Come to think of it, did Nagito really commit suicide just to get us killed? No! No, he didn't! I said that all along! I said that all along! Of course he didn't! He wanted you to think! He wanted you to use your brains! You know? He always said he'd be a willing stepping stone, and I think he just finally got real fucked off and decided that he was gonna do everything himself. Okay? It was engaged brain time. He wants you all to work together instead of relying on him, and the only way to do that was to take himself out of the picture. Are you sticking up for him? That's not what I meant. I mean it in a bad sense. Ah, yes, because suicide does have a good sense too, apparently. Hajime Hinata, 2025. Bad sense? I just remembered that his malice always defied our expectations, and that concerns me. Yeah, absolutely, Space. He's always at least one step ahead, usually 2 or 3. For example, would that malice just end here? Huh? Did Nagito's malice drive him to risk his life for truth we'd reach this easily? I mean, I'm kind of in agreement with that, because this has felt too easy. Considering how much I've struggled with some of the other cases, this has felt very straightforward, very open and shut, and that is not Danganronpa. That is not Danganronpa. There are twists everywhere. So I'm very inclined to think there's a lot more to this. I mean, this is Nagito we're talking about, you know. How interesting. You sure do believe in Nagito, huh? Absolutely, Daniel, it's going way too smoothly. Because you believe in his malice, you continue to suspect his malice. I see. So Nagito's become a third emotion, I guess? So we've gone from trying to cause despair, to trying to believe in hope, to now believing in malice. Nagito has become an embodiment just like he wanted to. But I'm not quite sure this is exactly the way he expected it to play out. I see. I guess that's what passes for friendship these days. Oh, friendship! The shippers. The shippers. They're everywhere. What should we do, you guys? Should we proceed with a vote? You'd rather someone just off that freaking bear? Absolutely, lady. Monokuma is a lovable bastard, but he is still a bastard, and he is extremely good at making everything real sketch and difficult. I think we should keep going until everyone is satisfied, even if it's just to be safe. Yeah, I mean, I generally think that going until everyone is satisfied is like the best way to do too. I'm glad that we had this talk, Chiaki. We're on the same page. My goddess, my princess, my idol. You are right. We only get one chance to vote, after all. Absolutely, lady. Totally love to hate. They did an excellent job. They did an excellent job of writing Monokuma, and they also did an excellent job of writing Nagito, because God, I hate him. But I can't help it, you know. They've done such a good job. Ugh. Just to be safe, eh? Guess I've got no choice. If that's the case, I'll do my best to go along with it. Okay, Bleaties. Bleaties. Fuyuhiko. I'm gonna jinx it maybe, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Fuyuhiko, he's here till the end. He's here till the end. My best egg boy. There's no way he's the traitor. There is no way he's up to anything malicious. I am convinced he's gonna be with us forever. It's gotta be that way. Now, Teki has 2 guardian angels keeping her safe. Absolutely. Absolutely. Top leader imposter. And best coach. She's in safe hands. This is friggin' annoying. But if you guys say you're doing it, there's no way I'm backing out. Hey, Monokuma, you heard us. The voting's gonna have to wait. We've come this far. Let's work hard until the very end. If we work together, everything should be alright. Yeah, that's the spirit, Teki. If we work together, everything will be alright. That's what I believe. Monomi is so touched. Still wondering, is it really Monomi? Splendid. You guys are so splendid right now. That's right. If all your hopes are united, no despair can shake you. I don't know, the way that she keeps talking about hope. It just feels like her and Nagito, there's more going on between them than meets the eye. If all your hopes are united, no despair can shake you. Now that I think about it, Nagito said the same thing. The absolute hope that can overcome any despair. He said he was yearning for that. Then this situation we're in might be the thing Nagito wanted all along. Yes. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. That's what I've been saying. This is what he wanted. This is what he wanted. I just think that with the way that he died, it just hasn't quite played out the way that he meant for it to. Like, there was definitely something else involved in his death that he did not factor in. But the outcome has ultimately been the same. Right? No, never mind. I'm probably overthinking. You're not allowed to overthink. Only I can overthink. I have only 2 brain cells. It's impossible not to. I love his laugh. I do love his laugh, though. Poo-hoo-poo-hoo. Well, now we have to figure out the biggest mystery of all. The trial's been suspended. It's Monokuma Theater time! Monokuma Theater time! We're at the halfway point. Man, my heart was racing like crazy when I thought the voting was gonna start, but... well, you think about it rationally, there's no way it was gonna happen. We haven't done this bit yet. Wow, the 4th wall breakage from Monokuma to be like... unless we've done Monokuma Theater, we are not at the end of the trial. Most of the players probably figured that out too. You're the only one who didn't know. Isn't that right, Monomi? Monomi's being very, very stoic suddenly, which is very uncharacteristic of Monomi. Hey, how much longer are you planning to sulk? Let's get along like we always do. You guys, they have such a weird relationship. They don't get along, but sometimes they really do sound like a married couple, don't they? We need fan art of them like going down the aisle. Alright, you passed. Friendship is measured by how long you can stand the silence when you're alone with someone else. So, Manami and I are the best of friends. Don't say such stupid things. Wow, Monomi's stone cold. Stone Cold Monomi. Honestly, yeah, Antori. It does feel like Monomi's like finally cracked. The island vacation that she hoped for, the heart-throbbing vacation, is gone. It's not possible anymore. I hate you so much right now. No. Why do I have to be hated that much? Besides the fact you snap at me like that, I don't trust you at all. Not even a teensy-tiny 1mm bit. And quite rightly so. But also, I don't trust either of you. I don't trust you as far as I could possibly throw your squishy plushy corpses. How sad. Distrusting your friend is much more shameful than being betrayed by that friend, you know? We aren't even friends in the first place. Yeah, like, Monomi has undergone some kind of personality transition, for sure. I really want to know what is the straw that broke the camel's back. Then as your older brother, let me say this. You're not even my brother. It's sad to leave a life without friendship. That's even sadder than watching a high school rom-com full of guys. Is he talking about like Meteor Garden? Or Hana no Yoridango? Well, there may be some demands for that. Oh no, she fell for it. She took the bait. She took the bait, Bleaties. No. No. The promise of harem drama was too much. Oh, I fell for it. I totally took the man bait. Yeah, you should never take the man bait. Let that be a lesson, Bleaties. Never take the man bait. We're back. And now we're better than ever. Monomi is shit's getting real now. Shit's getting real now. Monokuma too good, honestly, Danyu. You can't outpace Monokuma. The OG. Hi, Monomi. By now, there's nothing more for me to say. Anyway, my chest is full of pride right now. This is... what a tune this is. What a tune. The magical girl music. Everyone is united against despair. They're totally awesome. That's why I'm gonna fight too. Bleaties, Monomi's gonna fight. She's gonna fight even though she's lost her stick. Today is a momentous day. I will fight the only way I can. I'm gonna show that my fearsome retaliation. That's basically it. I see. I'm not sure that that's gonna be as fearsome as she seems to think, but I love it. Yeah, it's a shame. I love this theme. It's the one they used in the opening intro. Yeah, it's so good. It's such a good tune, and we like don't get to hear it nearly often enough. So if we're working together, where do we start? With the cause of death missing from the Monokuma file? Why don't we try by removing all our preconceived notions before we discuss this? Honestly, Danyu, absolutely. Amazing character development. Amazing character development. It is the thought that counts. Monomi has undergone personal change. We are going to make this meaningful. So yeah, I think Chiaki has a point. We need to stop thinking that we know so much and perhaps dial it back a bit. In the beginning, our discussion advanced by assuming Nagito's death was caused by the spear. It's better to confirm if there was any other possibilities. That's what I think. That's what they think. Other possibilities, huh? other possibilities? I mean, to me, it looks like he died of fright. He died of fright and despair, Bleaties. That was the look that was on his face. At least as far as I can see. If someone other than the spear killed Nagito, all I can think of is the knife stabbed into his hand, but that was definitely a gruesome wound, but it wouldn't be fatal, don't you think? If you think the cuts on his legs and left arm aren't the fatal wounds? Are we finished already? Fuyuhiko just wants to go now. He's had enough. He's had enough. Get me back to that canteen so that we can have lunch already. Oh my god. I feel like it's possible that we overlooked something. Overlooked. Overlooked. I mean, I still think the only thing that we've really overlooked is the fact that he looks fucking terrified and no one has addressed this. Then let's bring up whatever we can think of, one after another, that might clear some things up. Exactly. We should cooperate at a time like this. We should and we will. A fatal wound that wasn't despair. We don't even know if it actually exists, but if it does, we need to find out what it is, no matter what. I mean, don't forget, there was that poison in the fridge. There was poison in the fridge. I feel like that might have something to do with it. What are they going to say? Let us consider a different fatal wound. It's not the knife. And it's not the other wounds. With all those wounds, maybe he simply bled to death. No, there's no way he burned to death. Something that cannot be seen. Yes, something that cannot be seen. Okay, I think that's it. Did he choke himself? No. Liquefied his guts? No. No, I think it's the can't be seen. I think it's the poison, maybe. I think it's the poison that's killed him. Okay, I'm gonna need 2 hands for this though, because there was a lot of stuff surrounding that. There's a lot of stuff surrounding that. So I'm gonna need the space bar. I'm gonna need to concentrate. Hard thunk EP. Hard thunk EP. No, he didn't bleed. He didn't bleed. He didn't burn. That would have been too much like the endgame. Yes, something that can't be seen. Yes, 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 yes! We did it! We did it! We did it! He choked himself with his front tail, obviously. Antori, can you imagine the position? Can you imagine the position he'd be in if that was true? Can you imagine? Oh my god. Actually, didn't all the previous monochrome files specify no chemical citrus poison were detected? Yeah, Coda, actually that's fair. I didn't think of that at all. I didn't think of that at all, but now you mention it. Now you mention it, yeah, that wasn't in this one. That's it. I totally forgot about that possibility. If the cause of death was something we can't see, then we had to consider poison as a possible method. Poison? It is true that poison is not something we can see, but why did you bring that up all of a sudden? I remember, when I went to investigate Nagito's cottage, I discovered something really strange. Inside the refrigerator, I found a bottle of Monokuma's special poison. Now this is going to be so important because it only works with very specific circumstances. Like, it has a certain weight and dissipates in certain conditions. And that's got to be important. That's got to be important for poisoning use only. Absolutely, lady. Like, I'm so glad that we've made that crystal clear. Poison? Additionally, That's a poison made specifically for killing. Yeah, because, you know, like every poison that is... What the fuck? All poison is specifically for killing, isn't it? Shouldn't it be? Usually, isn't that what poison means? I see, now that you mention it, there's no way a toxin like that doesn't relate to the case after all. Yep, death by poison. Second time this happens. Rest in peace, Sakura. God, I miss Sakura. Oh, alcohol is technically a poison. That's fair, lady. True, true, true. Botox is a poison. It does. I guess I tend to forget because I hear so little about Botox being used as a poison and think of it as a way to, like, you know, prevent your muscles from relaxing, and also to prevent your sweat glands from functioning. People who have overactive sweat glands sometimes get Botox injections to fix that problem. But yeah, it's easy to forget, but Botox is a poison. Yeah, you're absolutely right. If a poison was the cause of death, it would not leave an obvious wound on Nagito's body. However, it's common for blood blotches to appear on a body that's been poisoned. I see, you sure seem to know a lot about medicine. I mean, he would have to. He's the heir to Yakuza Empire. I expect he's taught from a very young age to watch out for assassination attempts. What does that mean? But even if blood blotches appear, the body was already covered in blood. So there's no way we notice that easily, right? I mean, yeah. He may have specifically done that for exactly that reason, for Yuhiko being very astute. Did he wound his body just to camouflage him? That's also a possibility. But still, both of Nagito's hands were full. So how would he drink the poison? I mean, the poison says, reminder, Blueties. The poison says on the back of the bottle it only works under very certain circumstances. So perhaps in knowing those circumstances it delayed the toxin? Oh, his left hand was tied up and gripping the spear, and his right hand had a knife stuck in it. If it was a slow-acting poison, it is possible he consumed it in advance. I mean, yeah, and I think what's happened is he's found a way to perhaps slow it down. No, the warning label on the bottle explicitly states the effect is instant. Then it's impossible. Both of his hands were full just before he died. Yeah, but his mouth. Something could have still been in his mouth. Akane, no! Akane! Why? What is the obsession? What is the obsession with the tail? Stop! He did not poison himself with his penis, okay? There, I said it. I've made it explicit. Akane, stop. Oh my god. Yeah, the knife having poison dipped on it. That is a possibility. That is a possibility. You're totally overvaluing that tail. I mean, how would we know? No one has looked. At least I don't think so. She a freak for real, Danyu. She obsessed with those hard tails. Absolutely, Kodo. There's stuff going on in Akane's life and history that I'd kind of love to know. I'd love to have those blanks filled in about her life, like getting massages from her like mom's boyfriends and getting into fights with strangers. Like, She's used to being groped. She'll let people, like, cop a feel of her boobs as a reward for, like, doing something good. What the fuck? I feel like Akane would benefit from a shower just in general, to be honest. She seems like someone who perhaps forgets to shower. His mouth was covered with duct tape, you know. If he wanted to drink poison, how'd he get it past his lips? If there's no way he could have drank the poison, it might be impossible. I'm just kidding. Not like we're out of possibilities yet. What was that juke, Chiaki? What was that juke about? No, there are definitely lots of ways this is possible. Are there any left? Oh no! No matter how you slice it, he was totally killed by that spear. Since we've already rolled out so many possibilities, it might be easier to think about what really killed him. Operation Elimination Method. The hint should be written on the poison's warning label. Maybe. Okay, it's definitely written on the bottle's poison label. When I first looked at that poison label, it was like, this is so detailed and so specific. There is no way this is not going to be important at some point. And now is that moment. The way the poison entered Nagito's body. The answer is written on the warning label. You should think carefully and try to remember it. Oh god, we're logic driving. We're logic driving. I can't just check, apparently. I have to snowboard to victory. We're gonna snowboard into our subconscious and remember what the label said, because for some reason we decided not to take a photo of it or write down any notes about it oh my Jesus Christ, for some reason. Whoa. Okay, that got a bit hairy. It's alright, we made it. Okay, question 1. What state was the poison in when it affected Nagito? It must have been a gas? Because there was like, it's heavier than something in certain conditions. And that would be affected by the heat of the fire. I'm sure that ah! Donk. Sorry. The way he fell over. That looked so goofy. Whoa, okay. Don't do this. Don't do this to me, okay? Whoa. Get to fuck with those holes. What the fuck? Stop. Cease. Let me through. I'm skating here. What? No! No! I fell. I moved too early. It looked like it was right on time to me. That went paranoid. God damn it. Hajime, learn some core control. God damn. You're not meant to do this slowly. It's on a timer. Come on. Pick up the pace. Go. Okay. How did it enter his body? Through his nose. It was a gas. He was breathing. Oh my god. We're doing it, bleaties. Oh god. Oh, it's Sonic 2 bonus level again. Speed up. Wait, what? That's it? There was only 2? I thought there was meant to be a 3rd. The poison bottle was written in... Yeah, it was such a Chekhov's gun. Absolutely, Amtori. It was way too obvious. Woo, okay. That was a bit messy, but we made it. Be fun! Let's go! Man, considering it was a while ago we saw that bottle and I could barely remember what was written on it, I'm quite impressed that we managed to figure it out. Okay, but when does Hajime go super? I know, I'm waiting for Hajime to go even further beyond. You can do it, Dad! Come on, let's do it, let's do it. What if instead of drinking the poison, we assume he inhaled it? Inhaled? It's written on the poison's warning label. This enchanted liquid is highly potent and takes effect immediately. Please handle with care. Though its volatility is low, this liquid is very dangerous when vaporized. Dangerous when vaporized. In other words, breathing in the gas is fatal. See, we got it! We knew. We knew. Poison gas? Then all I had to do was breathe it in through his nose. He breathed that poisonous gas inside the warehouse? But if poisonous gas had spread throughout the warehouse, why didn't it kill us? Well, because of the fire and then the water that changed its state and made it immutable. The reason we didn't breathe in the poisonous gas is... I think it's the fire! I think it's the fire. It's either the fire or the sprinklers. It's one of the two. I'm not sure exactly which. The poisonous gas disappeared because of... No, okay, no, in that case, it's the water. It's the water. I'm dumb. I'm dumb. I did a stupid. My bad. Sorry. Ah, shimata. Okay, so it was the sprinklers. Okay, it was them. Phew! Wiping that sweat away. We're doing it, Bleaties. The sprinklers in the warehouse. Thanks to those, we didn't inhale the poison gas. Yeah, so the fire was used to start the sprinklers. The poison gas disappeared because of the sprinklers? It wasn't the fire? Wow, this was also written on the poison's warning label. In a gaseous state, it's heavier than air and breaks down in minutes, and is susceptible to hydrolysis. So it's possible for you to poison someone to death without complications. Yeah, so he knew that. Of course. Hydrolysis. I'm quite impressed that Sonia knows the word hydrolysis, because there's a whole lot of native level English speakers who don't know what hydrolysis is. Wait, is that Alda? Is that why Monokuma was going into the room? Yeah, I think it is Antori. I think it is. I think he stopped us not because he was worried about his merch, but because he couldn't have more than one person die. He would have broken his own rules, and then he would have had to kill himself, and that just won't do. The chemical bonds that formed the poison were broken down by the water from the sprinklers. Also, the poison is apparently denser than air, so it probably didn't affect us because we were standing. But Nagito was laying down, so he must have breathed in a whole bunch of it, huh? If it means the requirements that, well, maybe it's not just a possibility anymore. That's right, we're not just meeting requirements anymore. Now we're proving chemistry is at play. This is a death by chemistry. Yeah, the true cause of Nagito's death was poisoning. But there's still more to it than that. Because I don't think it's as simple as he just poisoned himself. Think about it this way. Why was the bottle put back in his fridge? Like, why would you do that? Unless you wanted to hide it? Like, I find that very strange. The wounds on his body, the spear in his stomach. It was all to keep us from learning the truth. So what? Huh? We figured out that Nagito died from poison, but so what? In the end, it doesn't change the fact he committed suicide, right? Then enough already. I mean, no, Kaz, this absolutely matters. This absolutely matters. Like, it means that even if Nagito did intend to kill himself, it's possible that somebody else got involved and tampered with it, you know, in order to steal from him the satisfaction of his objective. You know, this was known and calculated, and somebody knew. You know, they knew he wanted to kill himself. It's, yeah, exactly, Danu, to throw him off. To throw him off. Fulminated mercury and a little tweak of chemistry. Absolutely, Sab. It really is. We need to cook. 100%. And it's here again, chemistry, doing the legwork once more. Nagito inhaled the poison he prepared and died. Yeah, that still sounds like suicide. Well, with this, we have a clearer picture. We also determine the true cause of death. Yeah, it's weird that Kaz just doesn't seem to have gained any IQ points this whole time. I almost feel like he's survived as long as he has, like, through pure stupidity armor. Pure stupidity armor. He's here because the devs just needed some dumb fuck to come out with things from time to time, and they were like, do you know what? You will do. We'll make you an annoying simp, and we'll, like, make sure that every stupid possible solution to every possible problem comes out of your mouth, and then you won't die or be murdered. Alright, the mystery should be solved now. We should get on with the voting, right? Well, but... what, there's still more? I mean, yeah, unless you want us all to definitely get executed. If you have any doubts, it's time to work them out. I mean, not all the mysteries have been solved yet. In the end, Nagito's motive is still unclear. Did he commit suicide just so he could kill every last one of us? Was that really his motive? If Hero can survive a killing game, it's not unreasonable for Cat. That's completely fair, Coda. That's completely fair. Yeah, Hero, how the fuck did he get away with it? Yeah, there's so much more to uncover, Danu. It feels like we haven't really scratched the surface. I don't feel that we're completely on the right track yet. Is that really okay? Oi, what happened? There's no reason to wonder about that stuff anymore, you know? Nagito's motive. Nagito's malice. Is this really okay? Can we really finish this here? No, that can't be. There might have been an accomplice. You're gonna make Kaz bite the curb. Hey, exactly, Daniel. We still don't know anything about the traitor. That's all still a big question mark. I guess one thing is that killers would generally be better off targeting and eliminating smarter characters. Yeah, that's fair, Coda. Anybody with an ounce of sense would definitely want to pick off the people who are more astute. That's completely reasonable. So yeah, maybe there might have been an accomplice, but surely that was just what the Monokuma plushie was for? Cheki, what did you just say? If Nagito committed suicide by inhaling poison that he brought, then why wasn't there anything that looked like poison at the scene of the crime? Anything that looked like poison? If Nagito brought poison to the warehouse, it's strange that we couldn't find it there. I mean, yeah. Honestly, why was the poison back in his fridge? Why was the poison back in his fridge? That makes no sense. He wouldn't have needed to, like, use only half of it. He could have just took the whole bottle to consequences be damned. Oh, thanks, Danu. I really hope it doesn't offend anybody who's actually American and really has a southern accent. If Nagito brought the poison to the warehouse, then the thing that would have been left behind... The meat on the bone! Did they really just bring that back for this? No! The bottle must have been there. The meat on the bone. What a joke answer. I wonder if saying that gets you an achievement or something. Meat on the bone, no! Throwback to the first trial. Are you talking about the container the poison was in? It is a classic, Danu. It really is. Yeah. If Nagito brought it, it's strange we couldn't find the container anywhere, right? You can't carry around poison without putting it in a container? Yeah, that was written on the warning label. And we're back to the bottle label again. Yes, keep the liquid secure by storing in a cool, dry place in glass or plastic away from sunlight. So it had very specific conditions as well. Container probably melted in the fire. It's probably plastic or glass, right? There's no way it'd completely incinerate. I mean, exactly. Oh, I don't fucking believe. What did I say? What did I say at the time about those goddamn grenades? They were doing nothing. It felt like they were helping. I bet. Maybe the poison was in those bottles. Maybe it was mixed into those bottles and us throwing it. Like, we were the bad guys all along. We did this. We did this. You know, it's entirely possible that Nagito set all this up. He could have completely just like put some poison in these bottles and left them. I mean, yeah, technically everyone could be the killer here. This is, oh man. It doesn't make any sense. It has to be those bottles. It has to be, right? Even the plastic fragments of the fire grenades we used to put out the fire didn't completely burn up, you know? Then, does that mean someone got rid of the container? No, it means that maybe those are the containers. Why aren't we considering that possibility? So, that's why you mentioned an accomplice? Why would Nagito set everyone up? Well, that's the thing. I'm not sure that it's Nagito setting everyone up. I mean, only the princess knew about the fire bottles, as far as I knew. That might not be the case, because that room, that door, it was locked, so we weren't able to go inside and look around until we actually needed to. That is impossible. I mean, an accomplice? It is just to... Like, does that really matter all that much? I mean, even if he had an accomplice, it doesn't change the fact Nagito still committed suicide. You're right. Someone might have accidentally took it away from the crime scene. Oh, you're right! You're totally right! That's totally it. I love Akane's optimism. Akane, you sweet, sweet baby angel. Right? Isn't it okay to close this case yet? I'm not in the mood for unexpected twists. Okay, but Kaz, I'm not in the mood for getting executed. So, hop off. I don't want to hurt anyone. I don't want to get hurt either. I don't... someone hurting at all. Everyone's tired of doubting everyone else. I also feel that way. That's why I want to just rule this as Nagito's suicide. If I do that, nobody here has to get hurt. But that's no good. But that is no good. Because it seems like, you know, it seems like there's so much more to this. And if we just go along with like, yeah, it was simply suicide, and I think that's a no bueno. Was it locked, or was that always an excuse by the game not to go in there? I can't fully remember. Yeah, that's certainly, I think certainly the first time I went there, Coda, it's just like, oh, this is the staff room, we have no business here. And it was just like, the game was like, no fun allowed, no exploring. And then at one point, it was just like, yeah, we were checking, we couldn't go in. I think it's locked now. Literally the only time it was unlocked was when we could run in there to get the fire grenades. Well, locked possibly like by the game, or, you know, because the door was literally locked with a key. I don't actually remember exactly. Maybe that information will come up. It would be nice to review. For the people who play Pokemon, doesn't Hajime kind of remind you of Charen? Oh. Huh? Soda's mad now. Soda, watch as Soda starts arguing again. Watch as Soda starts arguing again. He's not gonna have this blue teeth. He's not gonna have it. I feel like Nagito is seeing through us. By calling this Nagito suicide, we're trying to take the easy way out so that we don't hurt anyone else. But if Nagito was here right now, he'd probably be sneering at us. He'd probably say something like, so that's the extent of your hopes. So Nagito's ghost is whispering to you, huh? I mean, I'd really rather not think about being haunted by Nagito. Can you imagine, like... I don't want to go to the bathroom. I don't want to go to the toilet and hear Nagito telling me that is that the extent of all you can do? No, thank you. I don't want to be haunted. I don't want to be haunted. The power of friendship, thirst beyond death. Fiery outcome like this is right out of a teen manga. Is it right out of a teen manga? Oh, he would be such an annoying ghost for real, Danu. Nagito having the time of his life watching the trial. He's there with his popcorn. He's there with his popcorn. Damn, I could use some popcorn. I'm hungry now. Still, this pretty messed up. Shut up! You just be quiet. Speaking of annoying ghosts, enter Monomi, stage left. Look, I get what you're saying, but in the end, the reason he died is still the same as before, right? Even if we solve the mystery, the conclusion won't change. Yeah, but it might. Because it might have originally meant to be completely suicide, but ended up not being suicide because of someone's tinkering. Even if there really was an accomplice, is there any reason we should take the time to figure out who it is? Like Fuyuhiko said earlier, it's possible that somebody accidentally removed the poison from the crime scene. You know, Sonia, for a lady with A, no alibi, and B, no way to answer any of the questions we asked about why were you not where you were supposed to be, and why did you not do what you were supposed to be doing, with all these question marks around you, you are sounding surprisingly eager to hurry this up. But I just can't imagine ending this by turning our backs on the truth. It's fine, okay? There's some things we're better off not knowing. And we probably just didn't notice it. Like, maybe the container was hidden with the fire grenade fragments. Okay, Akane, I think you just unintentionally said the actual most genius thing. What I said a minute ago about the fire grenade shards, like, I think the poison may well have actually been in those, okay? But until now, no one's made any mention of the possibility. Now that she said that, maybe someone will take it seriously. Please? What is this feeling just now? That's it, I think we've got it. Oh, thank you, Daniel, for coming by. Thank you, thank you. Oh, have a good rest. It's been good having you here. Bye-bye. Akane's idiot savantness showing itself. Even though it was brief, it was like I had a strong flash of light running through the back of my head. Now, shit is getting real. Shit is getting real. Maybe what Akane said just now might be a new clue. From there, I might be able to reach the answer. The way Nagito brought up the poison. Which means the thing he used as a container. It must have been the fireboxes. Oh no, I need to put down. It's the fire grenades. It must have been the fire grenades. Oh god. Isn't it? Is there an F? Can I get an F? Yes. Man, this is way less hectic than the last one. The last one just wanted to see the world burn. This one's so chill by comparison. Where's an R? Give me an R. Give me an R. Come on, I need an R! Fire. Good, good. Okay, Bleaties, I think this one is solved. This one is solved! Whoopsie, those ones got crashed up. Whoopsie. Oh gosh, I'm getting distracted. Right, R. Shit. I need knee. Help. Oh god. Okay, I'm getting my knickers in a twist now. No, my N! Come back! I need an A. I need a D, I need... Every time I say I need a D, I'm dreading the clips. Oh god, D's. D's and E's. Give me an E, give me an E. I need an E. Give me an E. Bam. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh god, yeah, I keep forgetting I can slow down time in this bit. I forgot. Coda. I keep forgetting. I know I can slow down time in like other things. But yeah, I can slow. Oh, god damn it. Too little, too late. I'll remember that if there's another one. I see. I've got it. Huh? The fire grenades. Nagito put the poison inside one of the fire grenade canisters and transported it to the warehouse. Oh wow, no way. Slowing down time heals me? Oh, I'm not sure if I might have to. I'm gonna have to check. What? He used one of the fire grenade canisters? Yeah. The container with the poison in it wasn't secretly taken away by someone. Instead, it was in a container that didn't need to be taken away in the first place. Yes, it was one of those. As long as he put the poison in the same container he brought to the warehouse, it can be hidden with the other fire grenades we used, so there's no need to dispose of the container later. We figured it out! We figured it out! Genius! Geniuses! Oh, that bastard. He totally knew we were gonna throw those fire grenades! Which means, did Nagito exchange the contents of a fire grenade? Yeah, that has to be it. When I first discovered those fire grenades, I tried to study them a little bit, but The canister was completely sealed shut by a layer of aluminium foil under the lid. What did we find under the bed? Under Nagito's bed, we found that lid. We found that lid. You just have to peel off that seal to swap the insides, right? That is true, but there is no sign he was even at the break room. Hold on. Did you just say aluminium? Hajime, could it be? If so, there's no mistake. That's right, Bleaties, there's no mistake. Nagito definitely swapped the contents of one of the fire grenades. Seriously? That's impossible. Miss Sonia just said so right now. Ah, yes. The Miss Sonia is always right strat. Works every time. Sonia's words are proof that the poison was swapped with the contents of her fire grenade. Huh? Sonia's words contain a clue that the contents of a fire grenade was swapped with the poison. Oh, it's gotta be the little piece of foil. This one, right? It's gotta be. It looks like a milk bottle cap. Take a look. We found this under Nagito's bed when we were investigating his cottage. It's just a piece of trash. No, that is not just a piece of trash. The seal I saw on that fire grenade matched this. It is the same aluminium. Well, that's it, Bleaties. Mystery solved. Mystery solved. It's the same aluminium. So now we know for sure. You found the aluminium seal under Nagito's bed? So I suppose if I'm going full southern, I need to actually use the American pronunciations of words. I'm sorry. You found the aluminum seal under Nagito's bed? There's more. That's not the only thing we found in Nagito's room. We also found a gas mask and gloves under his bed too, which presumably were for when he was putting the poison from one container into another. Did he use those when he put the poison in the fire grenade? It's a dangerous poison after all. He took extreme caution when swapping them. So, what's the issue? Nagito put the poison in the grenade canister, brought it with him, breathed it in and died, right? So in the end, he still fucking committed suicide. Enough already. I mean, I get the frustration, but I don't think it's that simple. Yes, did he commit suicide? But also, he didn't, because we're the ones who threw the grenades. You're right. If the canister wasn't thrown away, then it just means there wasn't an accomplice after all. See? I told ya! The conclusion is still the same. Nagito committed suicide. End of. I admit there wasn't an accomplice. That was just my misunderstanding. Yeah, but now we've cleared up that mystery, and that's an important thing to clear up. You are right. In actuality, the truth is even more horrifying. The truth is more horrifying because it means we did it. We did it. Because we threw the bottles. What did you say? Hey, what are you planning to say now? What the hell? Do you still want to keep going? Is this not settled? There is no denying that Nagito's death was suicide. Sonia, you've been way too determined for us not to address this case. Like, it's really bugging me. No, it's not. Chaggy? I'm sorry, but I just realized. Realized what? We know Nagito used the grenade to store the poison. So when was it deployed in the warehouse? When did Nagito breathe in the poison? And there it is. There's the horrifying realization. Oh wait, it was us. When I thought along those lines, that's when I realized it. The horrifying truth? Oh, sorry, Coder, I should explain. Sonia has been even more suspicious to me because of just before the trial started, there were a bunch of things that didn't really add up. She was somewhere she wasn't supposed to be, investigating something she wasn't supposed to be investigating, and when we asked her why not, she didn't have any answers. She couldn't answer any of the questions, and instead Hajime just kind of filled in the blanks and kind of gave her answers. Which felt a bit sus to me, to be honest. And normally she doesn't seem as resistant to a lot of these ideas. I know that, yes, Fuyuhiko and Kaz are also both like, come on, let's get it over with. But something about Sonia's rush feels a bit more unnatural. It feels very unlike her compared to her usual, kind of more jovial, optimistic state. Yeah, this has been the best trial so far. Definitely. She explained why she investigated because she knew about the fake bombs and wanted to double check. She did, but I feel like that's not all it is. I mean, it could just be again the fact that I'm being slightly colored and biased by my previous experiences. But something, I don't know, something about her explanation just felt kind of flimsy. It probably happened at the same time. The moment the fire grenades were brought and the moment Nagito breathed in the poison were the same? Could that moment be? Well, I'm pretty sure it's when we threw the grenades. Are you saying it was when we all threw the fire grenades? Damn, Skippy. Yeah, I think so. I mean, that is real bad news, Bears. When we all threw the grenades to put out the fire in the warehouse, the poison was deployed, and it converted to poison gas and killed Nagito. If that is true, then the person who brought the poison and spread it was one of us. Yikes. What the heck? One of us threw the poison grenade that killed Nagito. Hold on a sec. Then Nagito was... It would mean he didn't kill himself. No, it would mean he didn't kill himself because according to Monokuma's own rules, it's basically like the last strike, the cause of death. Right? And if he wasn't dead when he dropped that spear yet, well, oh shit. What the heck? But you said so yourself. You said Nagito committed suicide. Then, who killed Nagito? You mean who's the actual killer, right? Do you know? Okay, but how would he know? How would she know? Also, I just realized something. The little crest on Hajime's shirt breast pocket. It looks a little bit like the hair clip in Chiaki's hair. Yeah, it's a good thing that like it's a good thing that Chiaki knows what she's doing. Chiaki's got all the brains. This is the brains of the outfit. This is the brains of the outfit. You know? Also, I just realized something. Hold on. I'm just gonna check that. Oh, I'm so sorry. Sorry, Seb. Thank you for the posture check. Stupid screen arrangement. It was slightly clipped off. I know it was like an hour ago, but I still appreciate it because I do tend to sit like a shrimp. Banana mode engage, let's go. I think Chiaki knows. Who prepared the poison fire grenade that killed Nagito? Huh? The person who prepared the poison fire grenade. Oh shit. I mean it has to have been one of us, right? Oh no. Wait. No, it couldn't have been any of us because we weren't here. Wait, we weren't here, so wait. Does that mean it was Monomi or Monokuma? It must have been one of them. But like I thought they weren't allowed to get involved. Wait. No, they're not allowed to get involved. They're definitely not allowed to get involved, so it had to be Nagito. It had to be. Surely? Yeah. Like, goddamn, this game is trying to make me like second, third, and fourth guess myself. Good grief. It was Nagito, obviously. We just discussed this a few minutes ago. And who set the warehouse fire that caused one of us to throw the poison grenade? Person who set the warehouse fire, well that was Nagito too. Like, yeah. Absolutely, literally Coda. Like, because I'm being asked and it feels like I thought we'd already established this. I thought this was done and now they're like, no, we have to ask you about it again? It's like, but we just did this. I thought we knew this. I thought this was established. Like, what? Asking me like to answer the same question a second time, genuinely making me thinking, oh, so was I fucking wrong then? That was also Nagito. Hey, how many times are you gonna ask the same damn question? The next question will be my last. Considering all the facts up until now, why did Nagito set the warehouse on fire? I mean, to get rid of to destroy the evidence, I think. Sorry? No? Am I having... Oh no, because they have to throw the bottles first before... Oh, I'm so stupid. Me not thinking about the series of events and the order in which they happen. Brain dead. Brain dead sheep. Don't tell me. He set the warehouse on fire just so we'd have to throw the fire grenades. He set the fire just so we put it out. Why'd he do that? It was a trap. A trap? Preparing the poison, creating a reason for us to throw the poison. It was all set up by Nagito. Absolutely, Antori. We were checkmated the moment Nagito started the game. Oh, this is cruel. It's just Nagito's world and we are living in it. It was all a trap to make one of us throw the poison grenade. Seriously, I'm asking you, who threw it? I don't know. The person who threw it probably doesn't know either. I mean, how could they possibly know? There's no way we could know who threw it. We all just grabbed random bottles and chugged them at the fire, desperate to stop it. Huh? Could it be? Was that Nagito's trap? This wasn't an intentional murder. This was a murder that Nagito forced someone to do. Absolutely, Kodo. If it was one of us, it's a 1 in 6 chance or we die. So yeah, it's Russian roulette all over again. Yeah, Nagito must have thought, wow, that was so fun with 5 chambers filled. Let's do that again. Let's do that again. So we grabbed all of those bottles. We had enough of them. And we have no idea who it could be. We just have to point the finger at someone randomly because we don't know who it was? There has to be some way. And for that reason, he put the fire grenade that he filled with poison with the other grenades. Setting up a murder nobody can solve. That was Nagito's true goal. That is so unbelievably bullshit. I'm not convinced it's a murder no one can solve. I don't think it's unsolvable. Nagito didn't want us to die in despair. He wanted to push us to use our brain. You missed 3 events. He could have put poison in more than 1 grenade. I mean, he could have, lady, but allegedly they seem to think he didn't. They seem to think he only put it in 1 because there was only 1 bottle cap discovered in Nagito's room. So we're working under the assumption that it was only 1 of the bottles. We have no reason to believe it was multiple, although technically, yes, it could be. Whoa, what the hell? Nagito did not commit murder. Instead, he manipulated someone else into killing him? To do that, he set a trap to force someone to kill him. The poison grenade and the fire were traps. That's why the curtain was the fire's origin point. Honestly, all the fire grenades we threw at the curtain shattered once they fell onto the floor. And now that there's been the water has come down and hydrolyzed it, we don't have a way of figuring it out. Because of that, Nagito was laying face up on the floor, was able to breathe in the dense poison, and then he dropped the spear. Hold on. If that's true, you can't say the poison was the cause of death. It might be the poison's fault he let go of the spear, but the actual cause of death could be either one. Even so, the poison is what caused him to let go of the spear. And I mean, by that virtue, that does make the poison the final strike, right? It's kind of bullshit, yeah, but I do get it. I do get it. You'd have to know that one grenade would be enough, and that throwing them from the effective range. I mean, yeah, that's fair, lady. These are real good questions, and I cannot pretend that I have any idea how he would have known that. I cannot pretend for even a second. But somehow Nagito is an absolute fucking genius, and also a chemist of some sort. And he seemed to know. So somehow, I guess it's possible that he asked Monokuma about the information, about further details, about range of use and stuff. Yeah, it does say that the slightest bit is instantly lethal. But oh man, this makes us argue about whether it's the gas that did it or whether it's not. That's right. Nagito's killer is the one who made him breathe the poison. Are you fucking serious? I mean, yeah, apparently we are fucking serious. You know? How he set it up so he'd be the only one affected. I mean... Yeah, I guess it's literally just... He must have asked Monokuma about area of effect, perhaps? Or Monokuma knew about it, and knew about the area of effect, and that's why he made sure that no one could get inside until... You know, until... The possibility of getting the fire sorted out. But I have to admit, is a bit of a reach. Is a bit of a reach. That was his trap all along. Even the wounds all over his body. It was to mess with the evidence for what actually happened. His true goal was creating a murder that nobody can solve. He wanted to prove to us that there are mysteries that can't just be solved with educated guesses. He probably expected his fake suicide would be found out. After all, the mystery that can be solved is destined to be solved in the end. However, he also prepared a mystery that couldn't be solved. As you solve the mysteries and bolster your hopes, a huge mystery comes along and slaps you in your faces. For those of you who believe there are no unsolvable mysteries, that is when you finally taste despair. I don't want to taste this bear, thank you. I'm good without you, Monokuma. See, don't you love that play on words? The idea that despair sounds like this bear, you know? They rhyme. Meaning, he used all of the prior class trial verdicts to prepare this trick. Not all mysteries can be solved. Such a devious trick he played on you. As expected of Nagito. That's so totally messed up. That's so fucked up. This is my fault. Because I told you all about the fire grenades. I am so sorry. Please vote for me as the killer. That's not the fucking issue here. I mean, yeah, there is... The real issue here is who is actually going to be blamed? Who actually is responsible? Because even if we guess, if it's wrong, we don't fucking know. We all die anyway. This is, right now, this is sat in a lose-lose situation scenario. No matter who we choose, it is wrong. Unless, you know, we Russian roulette it and get purely lucky. But the lucky student is dead. So, that certainly makes things difficult. It's not Miss Sonia's fault. This is all Nagito's doing. But what should we do? How can we even figure out who the killer is? It's impossible. Impossible? Nagito wanted to create a scenario where we couldn't make a decision. That's why we're at an impasse. However, Monokuma also does not know who the killer is, right? That's right, there's no way he'd be able to figure that out with just his surveillance cameras. Oh, I'm not so sure about that. I think he could figure that out with his surveillance cameras. All he'd have to do is look back at the position of the bottle where Nagito left it on the shelf, and then once the fire had begun, watch the footage as people come in and see whose hand grabs that bottle. It's definitely possible. If Monokuma doesn't know, the trial doesn't count, ain't that right? You know, I don't actually need stuff like cheap-ass surveillance cameras or whatever. I know perfectly well what's happening on this island at all times. Which leans even more into my it's a simulation situation, because that's the only way he would know how everything is happening, is he's in control of the program. I know you used the bathroom 3 times yesterday, Sonia. And one of those visits seemed to take a while. Can we not get involved in Sonia's private affairs? Please stop! I will never become queen! How can you? I'm so how can you have such an awful power? Yeah, that's definitely what he's thinking. He's definitely like, oh my god, Monokuma, how could you? By the way, I don't suppose, source? I mean, yeah, absolutely. If we had to make educated guesses, it would just be picking someone from the freeze frame of them throwing, right? But that almost seems too obvious. Hey, Senpai, good to see you! Who's alive, who's dead? Well, Nagito's dead now. We're trying to figure out exactly which one of us apparently did it. We don't know who did it, because Nagito is the one who prepared the way that he died. He did do a troll, Senpai. Yes, he did. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, Coda. Oh my god, that's awful. So, tell me how to do that so I can avoid that pitfall. Yeah, Nagito has trolled the absolute fuck out of us, and there's no other way to say it. He got us good. He got us good. He really did fuck everyone over for the bans, and I kind of have to respect it as much as I hate him. Is giving up all we can do? No, it's too early to give up. That's right, Chiaki. That's right, my angel, my goddess, my idol. We're not giving up yet. No way. Is there any way to figure out who the killer is? Even though it's just a hunch, it's possible that it's probably... There's one way, I think. There's one way? Okay. Well, that one way is to get Monokuma to tell us, because he apparently is the only person who knows what's happening on the island at all times. Really? Hey, is it alright if we look at Nagito's crime one more time from the beginning? I want to make sure my hunch is correct. Hajime, please. That's right. It doesn't mean the trial is over yet. Even though I don't know who killed Nagito, it should be clear what kind of trap he set. And I have to do it. Even if it leads to despair. Let's do this. Okay, here we go. Closing argument. Wow, okay, we're actually doing a closing argument. I didn't think we'd be doing this already. Okay, so what was inside the refrigerator? I mean, it was certainly poison, but we've already got that one there, so... Man, he looks so proud of himself, doesn't he? Hey, this is the first time we've had a comic with, you know, Nagito being, like, the evil dude. The evil dude not being the black mystery shape. We are the possible black mystery shapes. That's so sketchy. I guess it's because he's the victim, right? Yeah. Absolutely. It should be the one grayed out in your case. What's placed inside of the break room? It's the poison bottle. Can that go there maybe? Yes, okay. So then we roll along, we line all of these up, and then we place the lighter. This felt too easy. There's no way this is the end. But it does time in perfectly with the fact that the stream is ending soon, so we're gonna do this first. His whole body wasn't tied up. No, he left one hand free. This is him tying himself. How did he support the spear? I mean, this looks like him tying himself up, doesn't it? No, my bad. My bad! Yep. Okay. I think that maybe that goes there then. Okay, that goes there. Hey, stock 2! Okay, let's go back to the beginning. I've got a bottle of poison now. Got a bottle of poison now, BTs! So that will be what's in the fridge. Yes. So that's in the fridge, and then right before switching the poison? Poison shattered grenades, mask equipped. What's the mask? Sprinklers activated. Sprinklers go! Right, whole body wasn't tied up, doesn't matter here. So stabbing himself. That's him in tons of pain as he like screams. Right, he propped the knife up with Monokuma. We know that one. The reason it went into the warehouse was because we were looking for bombs and there was a fire. And sprinklers triggered. No? Okay, that's a bit further on, my bad. Oh no! Oh no! Where's the... Wait, so where's the sprinklers earlier? No? Okay, now I feel dumb. Okay, poison. Right, this must be the poison. Okay. Oh, okay. I was getting hung up! Yeah, thankfully, you know, whatever chaos this solution, question mark, causes, we will be resolving tomorrow, Bleaties. Tomorrow at the same time. Come back tomorrow at 12 to find out which one of us apparently fucking murdered Nagito secondhand. Okay, so right before switching the poison. So the video message. He must have been doing that, right? No. I'm gonna die out of stupidity. I'm gonna die from stupidity. Okay. Where's the bear? So we had the knife. Nagito crushed it up. There we go with that one. We went into the warehouse because things were on fire. Where's propping up the Monokumas? Oh, he's already done that. So it has to be like one of these. So the video message must be up here, right? The video message is what, like, sent us in? Video? Yes, okay. We're getting there, Bleaties. Let's play some music on the MP3, but yeah, let's play some hymns. Let's play some hymns. What have we got? Ah, right, we've got the bottle now. So this must be this one, right? Okay. And then we have the explanation. Then the whole body wasn't tied up. Oops, and I got a chord that's later. In order to hurt himself without making noise. No? Oh dear. Where does the music go? Where does the music go? What made the spear fall? Oops, he let go. He let go of it. Right, last one. We're almost there. We're almost doing it, Bleaties. The end is in sight. The end is in sight. So to hurt himself. Whoopsie. Sometimes I think that... Oh god, those are the same picture. Why am I so stupid? In order to hurt himself. Covered his mouth with tape. So he didn't make any noise. He didn't tie up all of his hands. Okay. We did it! We did it! Okay, it's all playing out. It's all playing out. Here we go! Here we fucking go! The The person who actually arranged this incident was the victim, Nagito Komaeda. He kept a specific item inside his cottage that he needed for this plan. Monokuma's special poison, which he brought with him from the Octagon. I love these little scenes. Using the gloves and gas mask that he got from the military base, Nagito swaps the contents of a fire grenade he took from the plushie factory break room with that poison. When he did that, a specific item was left as evidence, a blue aluminium seal on the grenade. With that, Nagito finished making the poison fire grenade, took it with him to the factory, and put it back with the rest of the grenades in the break room. Fucking devious, isn't it really? Bit cheeky. The next morning, Nagito appeared before us and declared that he'd hidden a bomb somewhere. And then everyone freaked the fuck out. While we were looking for the bomb, that's when Nagito headed over to the goods warehouse. In order to set up a fire, Nagito arranged the Monokuma panels in a line along the floor to the curtain and placed an oil lighter in front of it. Remember, can't say Zippo, that's copyright. From there, Nagito set his insane plan in motion. First, he hung the spear that he took from Nezumi Castle from the ceiling girder by its cord. Then, he tied his arms and legs at the back of the warehouse with rope. However, he burnt off the rope on his right arm beforehand. In doing so, he made sure that only his right hand was free while his remaining arm and leg were tied up. Can we just admire how ridiculous this amount of effort is? This is the most insane amount of effort. As he gripped the tip of the rope hanging over the ceiling with his left gripper, he lay down face up, just beneath the dangling spear. But this was just the beginning of Nagito's plan, and then he did something no one could have predicted. What, Nagito doing something no one predicts? You surprise me. First, he covered his mouth with duct tape, and after making sure he was unable to scream, he stabbed himself with the knife multiple times in his left arm and in both thighs. Finally, oh, just looking at that, that looks like it hurts so much. That looks like it hurts so much. He propped the knife on the plushie and slammed his hand right onto the blade. He didn't just want us to think he was tied up. He wanted us to think he'd been tortured. Through all this, Nagito never let go of the spear. His plan still wasn't over, and in fact it was just about to begin. Meanwhile, we finally arrived at the plushie factory and found Nagito's message. Look at that shit-eating grin on his face, he looks so smug. He looks so smug! After seeing his message, we instantly made our way to the warehouse. But that part of Nagito's plan as well. We opened the door to the warehouse, which inadvertently started the Monokuma panel domino effect. The panels fell, one after another, until they reached the lighter, tipped it over, and ignited the curtain. It's a good thing that that lighter had so much oil in it. Can you imagine if it had, like, run out? Shocked by the sudden fire, we rushed to the factory room, the factory's break room, to obtain some fire extinguishing grenades. And there they go, deploy grenades! Absolutely, Kodo. As horrible as it is, you can't hate that dedication. You can't hate that dedication. It really is commitment to a bit. We then aimed for the fire's origin point, which was the curtain, and unloaded the entire supply. It never occurred to us that one of those grenades was the poison grenade that Nagito had prepared. Poison sank to the floor, instantly vaporizing due to the intense heat, and spread everywhere. The poison gas quickly drifted to the curtain at the back of the warehouse where Nagito was. Also, Monokuma's poison has a unique quality in which it becomes heavier than air when vaporized. That poison gas completely surrounded the area where Nagito lay face up on the floor. There, Nagito inhaled the poison, and if it didn't instantly kill him, he certainly lost consciousness. Geronimo! Which caused him to let go of the rope in his left grabber, and the falling spear plunged into his stomach. Gruesome. Gruesome indeed. This is all the information related to Nagito's plan. His true intention was to set one of us up as the killer. At this time, we still don't know who the killer is, because the killer wasn't aware they had killed someone. Try as we might, we cannot reach the truth. That was Nagito's plan. In conclusion, the fact that we can't determine the killer's identity it could be any of us. This should be the truth behind Nagito's trap. How about it, Jackie? Would that help you figure out who the killer is? Jackie? I thought, it's impossible, innit? Are you saying we just have to vote for someone? What Hajime said is probably true. That's part of the reason why I thought it was a little strange. Did Nagito really not care who the killer was? Huh? He said this to us earlier. It's gonna be fine. I'm pretty sure everything will work out fine in the end. After all, there's no way hope can lose. Absolute hope that can break through any despair can never lose in a place like this. And not only that, I believe in you all. I believe in the time we spent together. That feeling of belief is at the heart of his trick. He believed we'd notice the fire grenades. He believed we'd try to extinguish the flames. And he believed we'd fall into his trap. By believing in us, Nagito was able to put his life-threatening plan into effect. What do you mean, believe? And what's wrong with that? There's one more thing, remember? Something Nagito believed in from the bottom of his heart. I want you to remember what that is. I mean, he believed in hope, absolutely. And he completely believed in both Hajime and his talent. It's gotta be one of these. Oh, look at this. Nagito believed in his talent as the ultimate lucky student. After all the time we spent together, I believe in you guys. And more than anything, I believe in my ultimate luck. So it's definitely going to be alright. I guess that's the last thing he could believe in. It was his own talent. That's not so strange, really. Most of us here have been relying on the same thing. In his case, it was pretty remarkable, wasn't it? It almost seemed like he had blind faith in it. Well, he did have blind faith in it because luck, I mean, you can't have anything but blind faith in luck. Luck is so completely unpredictable. You're right. The same thing happened when he cleared the final dead room at the fun house. It wasn't life-threatening at all. It was just a little escape game that ended with some Russian roulette. Russian roulette? It's a game where you load one bullet into a gun, spin the cylinder, point it towards you, and pull the trigger. So you really did it. Oh, that's how you're supposed to play it. So it would have been fine if I used only one bullet. Guess it was just as Monomi said. Yeah, because this psychopath used fucking 5 bullets. Yeah, he thought he only had to take out 1 bullet. You thought you had a 1 in 6 chance of surviving. But he did. He did it. He survived. So that blind faith in his luck, it did pay off, Bleaties. It did pay off. He did the same thing when the first killing happened in the old building near the hotel. He depended on his luck and was able to get cleaning duty just like he wanted. I just trusted my luck. I trusted I'd be picked for cleaning duty. Yep, we relied on nothing but luck, and it turned out okay. It turned out okay. Isn't that just batshit? Batshit, but ballsy as. No one can say Nagito has no balls, you know? In fairness to this guy, he must have testicles the size of fucking Atlas stones. Because he fears absolutely nothing. He was so sure he would just be alright because of his ultimate luck. Much as I hate him. Big fucking respect. Big respect. I'm left with the red mark. For someone called the lucky student, you don't seem very lucky. But it was actually the opposite. It was exactly what he wanted. This is all exactly what he wanted. It's been Nagito's game from the very fucking beginning. It's been Nagito's game and we're just playing in it. But his luck doesn't have anything to do with the case this time, right? I just thought it was strange that it doesn't connect to anything. Huh? He factored in his belief in us. And for some reason he didn't factor in his own luck. No, there's no way. I mean, this is Nagito we're talking about. What did he do? No, he wasn't just after anybody. He probably had a target. A target he was aiming for all along. A person set up as the killer. You know, Bleaties, I think I know who he's trying to set up. I think I know who he's trying to set up. A target? Who? The target's true identity. Even Nagito didn't know. Because he's trying to set up the traitor. That's why he relied on being the ultimate lucky student and incorporated the luck into that plan. As long as he had luck, he believed the target he was after would pick up the fire grenade. You mean he left his plan to luck? He risked his life for that? Dude, he didn't risk his life, he paid his life for that. Probably risked his life just so his ultimate luck could decide it. So who is it? Who is Nagito after? You know what? I think this is the perfect moment. The absolute perfect moment to stop. Who is Nagito after? Who's he after, Bleaties? Oh no! Oh no, there's so many possibilities. Shit just got so real. So yeah, I've run a little bit over, but I had to get to the end of that bit. I did! It was too thrilling, it was too exciting. I couldn't leave you all hanging. I couldn't leave you hanging. We had to get that far. I'll be back picking up again tomorrow, 12 o'clock UK time. 12 o'clock lunchtime. I hope you'll come and join me. It's been wonderful having you back with me again. It really, really has. I enjoy it so, so much. Man, things got real complicated suddenly, didn't they? Didn't they? I feel like there was all these questions around, is it Nagito, is it not Nagito? No, it is Nagito. It's definitely Nagito, but now it's Nagito, and who was he trying to set up? Who was he trying to set up? I personally think he's trying to set up Hajime. That's my bet. I don't know if you agree with me. I think that's quite possible. Oh, I wonder, is anybody... Oh, do you know what? Someone is playing OG Danganronpa. And they are playing it in English. Do you know what, Bleaties? Would you mind if we went there? Yeah, I think it's Hajime too. I'm glad it's not just me. Oh, next week is holiday. That's awesome for you, Antori. That's awesome. Well, I'll get to see you a week then, won't I? Yeah! Super, super awesome good eggs. Super awesome good egg energy, everybody. I'm gonna send you into to this individual. Sorry, I've just got to open the tab again. Called Kumagai Denshi, who appears to be a panda. And they are playing the OG Danganronpa. So best behavior, best good egg energy. You've been absolutely amazing. I love you so much. I hope to see you tomorrow. So until then, have an excellent, wonderful rest of your day, and bye-bye. I hope that you'll enjoy this raid. Be good. Be good. Counting down. 3, 2, 1. Good egg energy!